Having said that, let's start the day with one of my favorite quotes that says, "The pessimist blames it on the wind, the optimist expects it to change, while the realist adjusts the sail." So here we are together to have a more realistic approach about good governance practices. And in the first session, we will be focusing on some of more initiatives that has been honored by Honorable Prime Minister of India when it comes to good governance practices. Dr. Om Prakash, esteemed Mission Director, Samagra Shiksha, will be speaking about how Samagra Shiksha as an initiative has spread the flavor of education and brought major changes in Assam. May I request Dr. Om Prakash to please join us on stage as our esteemed speaker. Shri Anuj Singh, District Magistrate from Muradabad, will be speaking about signature initiative Sugamya Pustakalay. May I request Shri Anuj Singh to please join us on stage. Esteemed DC Jamshedpur, Jharkhand, Shri Kard Satyarthi will be talking about major development in Gumla district that has been awarded by Honorable Prime Minister Ji. Dr. Rahul Haridas Fating, esteemed Commissioner, Housing and Infrastructure Development Board, Government of MP. May I request you to please join us on stage. He will be speaking about Barwani and how this has changed millions of lives. And with his decades of experience, esteemed Principal Secretary, Public Enterprises, Government of Odisha, Shri NBS Rajputji will be chairing this session. May I request you, sir, to please join us on stage. Can we have a round of applause for the chairperson and the speakers who will be sharing their expertise, experiences, thoughts about PM awarded initiatives on good governance practices for the year 2024. And may I request esteemed chairperson to please take this session forward. Sir.
Good morning to you all. This is the first session of second day National Conference on Good Governance. We have the theme of this session, Prime Minister Awarded Initiative 2024. And we have innovations from the state and the district. So in this session, we have 4 speakers. First initiative is Shiksha Setu, Exum, that is from Assam. Dr. Om Prakash, who is the Mission Director of Samagra Shiksha in Assam, will be speaking on this topic. He is an officer of from IAS 2006 batch, Assam Meghalaya cadre. Second speaker is Soumya, the title is Soumya Pustakalay, that is in Uttar Pradesh, the Muradabad district. Shri Anuj Singh, who is the DM there, 2013 batch of IAS. He will be speaking on this initiative. Third one is from the Gumla district, Shri Kard Satyarthi, who is the DC of Jamshedpur, Jharkhand, will be speaking on the initiative taken by him in the Gumla. For Barwani, which is from Madhya Pradesh, I was also collector once upon a time there. So very good districts. Rahul Haridas Fating, who is an MP cadre IAS officer, will be speaking on this. Presently, he is Commissioner Housing and Infrastructure Development in Government of MP. So first, I will request Dr. Om Prakash to speak on his initiative, that is the Shiksha Setu.
Hello. Good morning to all. I will speak about our initiative of our state government that is called the Shiksha Setu Akhom. Before I go to my presentation, I would like to request to play a small documentary on the Shiksha Setu Akhom. Kindly.
नई नीतियों के माध्यम से शैक्षिक यात्रा में सुधार कर भावी पीढ़ी को शिक्षित करना विश्व के अग्रणी नेता हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का सपना है। इस सपने को हकीकत में बदलने के लिए मुख्यमंत्री डॉक्टर हिमंत बिश्व शर्मा के दूरदर्शी नेतृत्व में असम सरकार के स्कूल शिक्षा विभाग द्वारा महत्वपूर्ण कदम उठाते हुए एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी के इस्तेमाल से एक ऑनलाइन पोर्टल शुरू किया गया है, जिसका नाम है शिक्षा सेतु अहोम। ये पोर्टल राज्य के स्कूलों, शिक्षकों, कर्मचारियों तथा छात्रों के बारे में 360 डिग्री जानकारी उपलब्ध करवाते हुए विभाग को और अधिक सशक्त तथा लक्ष्य जवाबदेह बनाने का अनूठा मंच है, जो कि दिन प्रतिदिन के कार्यों की सूचना देने के सिंगल स्रोत के रूप में कार्य करता है। इसका एक मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन भी तैयार किया गया है, जिसमें नामांकन व अवकाश हेतु आवेदनों के साथ साथ शिक्षकों तथा छात्रों की उपस्थिति दर्ज करने की प्रक्रिया को सरलीकृत करते हुए इसे अधिक पारदर्शी व जवाबदेह बनाया गया है। स्कूल परिसर के 750 मीटर के दायरे में जियो टैगिंग से डिजिटल माध्यम से चेहरे की रियल टाइम पहचान होती है। इस प्रकार वास्तविक समय प्रबंधन सूचना प्रणाली स्थापित करने के लिए आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस आधारित ग्रुप फेशियल रिकॉग्निशन टेक्नोलॉजी के उपयोग में संभवतः असम पहला राज्य है। इस पोर्टल के माध्यम से शिक्षकों द्वारा प्रॉक्सी के जरिए उपस्थिति लगाने तथा बिना बताए अनुपस्थित रहने की पूर्व में आ रही बड़ी कठिनाई दूर हो रही है तथा अब शिक्षक नियमित रूप से व समय पर स्कूल आ रहे हैं। एप्लीकेशन से नकली या घोस्ट स्टूडेंट की पहचान में भी मदद मिल रही है तथा अब इस ग्रुप से जुड़े छात्रों की संख्या में लगभग 3 लाख की कमी आई है। इस पोर्टल में छात्रों व अभिभावकों की सुविधा के लिए ड्रॉप बॉक्स नाम से सुविधा भी दी गई है, जो एक से दूसरे स्कूल में स्थानांतरण की प्रक्रिया को सरल बनाती है। छात्र का डेटा स्थानांतरण प्रमाण पत्र बिना परेशानी के अन्य स्कूल में ट्रांसफर कर दिया जाता है। शिक्षकों व कर्मचारियों के अवकाश आवेदनों का अनुमोदन ऑनलाइन माध्यम से ही निस्तारण किया जाता है। साथ ही उनकी सेवानिवृत्ति की निगरानी करने, छात्र शिक्षक अनुपात का आकलन तथा विषयवार शिक्षक उपयोग का मूल्यांकन भी संभव हो सकेगा। स्कूल समामेलन अर्थात स्कूल अमेलगमेशन की प्रक्रिया इस पोर्टल के माध्यम से आसान होती जा रही है। यह पोर्टल दूरी, आधारभूत संरचना और शिक्षकों की उपलब्धता के आधार पर स्कूलों की पहचान करता है। इस पोर्टल में किए गए प्रावधान अनुसार अब जैसे ही कोई छात्र 2 से 4 सप्ताह से अधिक समय तक बार बार अनुपस्थित रहने लगता है, तो यह पोर्टल संभावित ड्रॉप आउट छात्रों के बारे में पूर्वानुमान दे देता है। यदि किसी कक्षा के छात्रों की उपस्थिति समय पर अपलोड नहीं की जाती है, तो प्रधानाचार्य को संदेश भेजने की व्यवस्था पहले से ही लागू है। यदि छात्र कक्षा में उपस्थित नहीं होते हैं, तो अभिभावकों को एसएमएस भेजने की भी व्यवस्था जल्द ही लागू की जाएगी। इस प्रकार के छात्रों की समय रहते जानकारी मिल जाने से उन्हें स्कूल प्रणाली में वापस लाने में मदद मिलती है। उत्कृष्ट प्रबंधन और उच्च तकनीकी प्रौद्योगिकी से तैयार शिक्षा सेतु असम को नेशन ई गवर्नेंस अवार्ड 2024 से सम्मानित किया गया। वहीं दूसरी ओर इसी वर्ष प्राइम मिनिस्टर अवार्ड फॉर एक्सीलेंस इन पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन 2024 से सम्मानित किया गया। आशा है कि समस्त विभागीय गतिविधियों को रियल टाइम आधार पर प्रदर्शित करने वाला यह महत्वपूर्ण एवं सशक्त नवाचार स्कूल शिक्षा में सकारात्मक परिवर्तन लाएगा, जो कि प्रधानमंत्री जी के सपने को साकार करने व भावी पीढ़ी के लिए एक नया सवेरा लाने में मील का पत्थर साबित होगा।
Thank you. Next slide, please. So, in Assam, we are having almost 44,000 plus schools with 48 lakh students and 2 lakh plus teachers. So, why we came to, you can say, this initiative called Shiksha Setu Okhom? There are the certain service delivery gaps which all the stakeholders were facing. If you see the education system, the stakeholders are department, then parents are there, teachers are there, then the schools themselves are there. So what the problem, and these problems are pan-Indian problem, almost all the states are facing the same problem. Department is facing the problem of the ghost students, that there are number of ghost students in the system. Then teachers, we are having the issue of the proxy teachers, especially in the difficult area. Teachers are not going to school. They are sending somebody or using the some local, you can say, the unemployed youth for this purpose. Or they are going to schools with few days of break, and if nobody has come for the inspection, then they will sign from the back date and they will make their, you can say, attendance regularized. And the department is not having the real-time data. When we started it, we even not aware that how many teachers we are having, the forget about the number of the students. Then the teacher says that we are not able to concentrate on the, you can say, academic activities because number of Reports are being asked on the daily basis, so most of the time they are busy in preparing the reports only. Or second, their issue was that their leave were not sanctioned in time, there are lot of delay and lot of, you can say, sometimes they are asking that somebody asks money to just to clear the my leave sanctions also. Students, the parents are facing the problem when they are, you can say, transferring their children from one school to another school. The new admission process, it was quite difficult. And at the same time, when we are having the proxy teachers, then definitely the you can say unqualified teachers who are teaching the students, so definitely quality of education get affected. And school says that the teachers are getting transferred without keeping the people teacher ratio, which used to say the PTR, in mind, so they are getting transferred, or even when transferring, we are not keeping in mind that the subject teacher, whether we are transferring a teacher, whether there will be a subject teacher available or not, and the infrastructure related issues. So these were the issues which we were facing, and I think almost all the states are having the same issues. Next, please. So what we come with a solution called Shiksha Setu Okhom. Okhom is, it's Assam only, but locally we used to use the word Okhom. So it is a combination of the two, you can say, technology. One is the artificial intelligence, and second is the predictive analytics. Through the artificial intelligence, we are solving the problem of ghost students and proxy teachers. Through predictive analytics, it's helping us in identification of the early dropout. Teachers' retirement is telling us how many teachers are going to retire in next 3 months or 6 months or 9 months. Merging the small schools with the nearby big schools, so reducing the number of schools and having the sufficient number of teachers on those schools. PTR-based teachers rationalization. These are the main issues. Then other than that, we are using the automated drop box, that is transferring the students from one school to another school, or upgradation in the same school. Registry of the students, teachers and school, and finally digital leave management of the teachers. So these are the facilities which are available as on day in the Shiksha Setu. Next, please. This is the core of the Shiksha Setu, this slide, that how Shiksha Setu works. So in the artificial intelligence, it's just like we are using the DAY-2, or when we are opening our mobile, then we are using our face as a, you can say, identity. So once we show our face, the screen get open. So it is just like that. So we are having a facial app which works on the facial recognition technology. It identifies the face of the individual, and on the basis of that, we are taking the attendance. So what we have done is, we have done the one-time registration of all the students and all the teachers on this app. So if we are using the DAY-2, then we are you can say providing our face and giving our Aadhaar number, and through Aadhaar our identities get, you can say, authenticated. But here we are not using the Aadhaar. Student is being registered by the teacher, and headmaster is verifying whether he or she is a teacher of my student of my school or not. Same way they are identifying the authenticity of the schools also. So in this process, we are using 72 points over the face. From those 72 points, identity of an individual get established. And on the day-to-day basis, it is not like just we have taken one photographs and after 3 years or 4 years, the facial features get changed and it is not identifying. It's get updated every 15th day. So whatever the attendance we are taking on the daily basis, on every 15th day, my identity, the facial features get updated. So you can say my attendance, even I have registered my, you can say a student at the class 3, and even class 10th facial feature has been changed, but it is getting updated every 15th day. So identity will remain there and we can take the attendance smoothly. So if you see it, and we have done the geofencing also. So due to the geofencing, the one has to come in the geofenced area. Suppose this campus is there and we have, you can say this is a school for us, and we are doing, you can say, a registration here and geofencing of, we have done the 750 meter, then we have to come within that radius of the 750 meter to mark the attendance. So now what happened in the process is that when the one-time registration has been done, and head teacher is getting, you can say, authorizing the identity of a student. In the entire process, we came to know that the 3 lakh students, more than 3 lakh students were the ghost students. So they were removed from the system. Second thing is because teacher has to come within the 750 meter, you can say, radius of that school. So he has to come on the daily basis. And because it's his face that will be identified, so no more proxy teacher, the same teacher has to come, and it is 750 meter, that means he has to come within those 750 meter, you can say, radius of the school, then only he can mark his attendance. So the backdate attendance is not possible, the ghost proxy attendance is not possible, and the ghost students are no more there. Now the third thing is, it's when I will show you a slide, attendance comes up to second. That we just suppose we have started as this one session today is 10 o'clock. So if you say 10 hours, 4 minutes and 55 seconds my attendance was taken. So it shows the attendance up to second. You can monitor it at what time student, teacher or student came to school and mark their attendance. We can take the individual attendance, we can take the group attendance. So normally we prefer the group attendance, and for the 50 student of a class or 30 student of class, it hardly take 1 minute time to mark the attendance. And it works on the offline mode also, and even on the flight mode also. It works better in the even flight mode. So it is not necessary that you are not having the network in the remote area. It will not work. You can take the attendance in the offline mode. You can take attendance on the flight mode. And once you go in the network area, you just push the data. Till that time, data will remain in your handset. Next, please. So if you see on this slide, so on the extreme, you can say the extreme right column, you can see the up to second, that up to what second this lady has, she was present, she came to school, and at what time she attended the school, it is there. So this is the, for each school you will see this kind of screen. So what are the benefits? That now no more proxy attendance, no more unauthorized absenteeism of the teachers, and we have get it verified through the UNICEF, and UNICEF had also certified that yes, things have improved. Students, I have already mentioned that we have identified almost 3 lakh ghost students, and system actually tells us that which student is absent from more than 1 week or 2 week or 3 week or 4 week. So as the number of weeks increases, the chances of the dropouts increases. So we can identify the you can say students who are you can say likely to be dropout. Then in the entire process, government is saving almost 100 crore rupees per annum. We spend 12 crore rupees on this system, and we are saving almost 100 crore rupees per annum. And this is for the midday meal, for the students, free uniform, free textbook, and other benefits which the state government is providing to these students. Next, please. So this was the artificial intelligence. Now coming to the predictive analytics. The predictive analytics identify the early dropout of the students, which I have already mentioned. Then the teacher's rationalization. It tells us that which school is having the surplus teacher and which school require the teacher. So it identifies them, and within that school, suppose school is having the surplus teacher, we have given certain command that we will transfer the junior most teacher, minimum 2 teachers should be there in a school, female teacher we will not, you can say, transfer, and the age are also keeping in mind. So we have given certain you can say inputs, and on the basis of that the system identify that from which school which teacher should be transferred, and to which school he or she he should be transferred. So identify the source school and destination schools that the teacher to be transferred, and we have transferred in last, you can say, 4 months, we have transferred more than 3,700 teachers on this on this basis. We are trying to keep them within the same cluster. If not possible within the same cluster, then definitely within the same block, so that the displacement for the teacher should not be very huge. Then the teachers utilization status, we used to say that whether the teachers are optimally utilized or not. We are saying that if the teacher is taking 5 session or 5 period in a day, then he or she is optimally utilized. If it is less than 5, then underutilized, more than 5, overutilized. So if the overutilized, then how to, you can say, reduce the workload, and if it is underutilized, then we are passing the directions that are he or she should be given more classes. Then the teachers retirement analysis, this system provides us the how many teachers are going to retire in next 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, 12 month and 24 month. What it helps us to timely recruitment of the teachers. So we know that these many teachers are going to retire in next 6 months. Normal recruitment process takes around 6 month time. So we can start our recruitment in advance so that you can say students should not suffer, and by the time the teacher get retired, you are having replacement available with the school. Proposed amalgamation, we are having all the states are having the very small schools. In Assam, we have just recently merged the schools. We were having 478 schools which are less than 5 students, including the 0 student schools. So the system identifies the schools, that what are the schools which are having these students, and in which school this smaller school, suppose school is having the 4 you can say students and 2 teachers, in which school this smaller school to be merged, it automatically identify 5 or 7 schools which are on basis on the you can say distance, based on the infrastructure and based on the number of the teachers available. So it gives you a solution. This school A is near 300 kilometer, B is 500 kilometer, C is 900 kilometer, and this is the infra available, and these are the teachers available. So what is happening is that when these 5 students with 2 teachers, if merged with a school which is having the 100 student with 4 teachers, then now we are having the 105 students with 6 teachers, so that the quality of education definitely improves. So that is the purpose of the school amalgamation. Next. Other benefits is the automated student drop-off system. In this system, because normally if you say that if it is a manual process, then the class 4 student goes to the class 5, we have open a new register and then make all the entry again. Here this system says just to select the students and click on the upgrade. So once you upgrade the data of the student from class 4 to class 5, it automatically goes. It hardly take 1 minute time for the upgradation of the students from class 4 to class 5. Suppose class 5 student goes to class 6 and a school get changed. In that case, parents need to tell the head teacher that I want to transfer my child from, you can say, this school to, suppose school A to school B. School B may be in the different district. So he has to say that, okay, I want to send to the such and such district, such and such block, and so school. So teacher of the present school, he will identify from the drop down, he will select the schools and he will transfer this boy to that school. And if you inform that head teacher that so and so data has been transferred, you please accept it. Once that headmaster accepts the receiving schools, within 2 minutes admission happens. Suppose in Odisha, from Mayurbhanj to somebody want to send a Cuttack, within 2 minutes the admission will happen. Nothing, and the transfer certificate also will be, we do not require transfer certificate. If somebody required the transfer certificate, it is also generated online. Next, back. So we are having the digital leave management system. That this is the biggest advantage for the teachers, that the leave are now online. In last 1 year, we have approved 7,28,000 leave through this system. Next, please. Registry, we are having the detail of the students, detail of the schools, detail of the teachers personal detail, as well as the teachers, you can this post detail. In the school detail, we have mapped the schools with the assembly and parliamentary constituency also. So if you are having any assembly question or parliamentary questions, you need not to send it to the district and district to block and block to school. Within 1 minute, you can take out the data. Okay, you select the assembly, you select the parliamentary constituency, what is required. Your assembly question or parliamentary question answer will be prepared immediately from the system. Next. Now we have started sending the messages to the head teachers. Few schools are not taking the attendance. Now we are sending the messages that you have not taken the attendance, kindly take the attendance. Sometimes what happens is within the school 1 or 2 classes, the class teacher doesn't take the attendance. We are sending them the messages, so and so class has not taken the attendance, kindly take the attendance. Next. So business process reengineering, this all of you know now in the entire process. Now what challenges we have faced is that there was strong resistance from the teachers that we will not go online through this system, attendance through this system. They went to High Court. Honorable High Court has said that the government has all the right to decide the mode of the you can say attendance, but you can't force them to use their own handset. So then we went to the ministry. Ministry was kind enough. They have given us the fund. We have procured 51,000 tablets. And we have given to the schools based one tablet to 5 tablets based on the, you can say, number of the students. We have trained them thoroughly, and now they are using all those tablets. Then the lack of technical knowledge with the teachers, so we have thoroughly trained them. We have trained up to the mostly the block MIS manager. They trained the CRCCs, the cluster resource coordinators, and then they people further trained the teachers. We have prepared a lot of videos also, and that's how we have trained them. Now anything get changes, we immediately prepare a small video and we will share it in our WhatsApp group. Then technical glitches, the new technology always have some technical glitches, and the network issue initially were there, so now we have made it in the offline mode and even in the flight mode, so that network issue is no more there. What we are planning now, the teachers transfer and posting, we are having the online system, but that is a separate module. We are bringing it to the teachers transfer system on Shiksha Setu. So it will be there, and we are having the teachers transfer act. So we don't have any offline teachers transfer. Each and every transfer is online also. Online, one has to apply until and unless government wants that do the you can say rationalization, or some schools, by the time the recruitment happens, we have to put any teacher there, then we do it on our request. Otherwise, it's the only purely and purely teachers request of basis we do the transfer. And last 2 years, we have transferred more than 33,000 through this system. So that will be brought on the Shiksha Setu. Service book, we are planning to bring the service book of all the teachers on this system. Now we are planning to send the SMS to the parents and the class teachers. Those cases where the student is absent from more than 1 week, we will start sending the messages to the parents and the class teacher that your so-and-so student is absent since last 5 days, or since last 7 days or 8 days, so we'll sending the message. So it will help us in, you can say, reducing the dropout as well. And the leave management of the other officers other than teachers, we will read on the board. Next, please. So we are having the Vidya Samiksha Kendra on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side. So we are monitoring the entire exercise through the Vidya Samiksha Kendra. Then the 2 awards, it's the National E-Governance Award Gold category we have received last year. Next. And we have received the award from the Honorable Prime Minister on Prime Minister Awards for Excellence in the Public Administration 2024. Thank you so much. Thank you. Next. Thank you so much.
So thank you. Very good initiative. Savings of around 100 crores per annum, and identification of 3 lakhs student, ghost student. Very good initiative. So now we have next speaker, Sri Anuj Singh, who has established accessible libraries for differently able students in the district, and 4,500 students are currently using that library. Yes.
Good morning. Respected Chair, ACS sir, seniors and esteemed colleagues. Today I am here to present an initiative by my district Moradabad, which is in Uttar Pradesh. The initiative is named Sugamya Pustakalaya, and it aims at empowering children with special needs. Next, please. So this is the basic flow of my presentation. Next, please. Now, explaining the need of this Pustakalaya, Sugamya Pustakalaya is basically a resource center which bridges the gap between the normal school and the critical support and resources which are required by children with special needs. Now, these Pustakalayas are not meant to replace the regular schooling for these children. They are, in fact, meant to supplement them by providing them after-school intervention that is required by these children. For example, if I'm to take the example of my district itself, Moradabad. Moradabad has around 1,200 government schools, and each school on an average has around 2 to 4 such children with special needs who require special support in order to fulfill their life goals. Now, to cater to them, the district has been provided with around 45 special educators who are trained with dealing with such children. And even if we prepare a roster for them for each school is attended by a special educator not more than once a month. So in order to counter this situation, a nodal teacher system was set up, and each school was required to designate a nodal teacher. But this nodal teacher system was not very effective because these teachers could not be properly trained in ECC, Early Childhood Care and Education Intervention. So this led to a lot of dropout of these children. They used to come for a few days, few months, and then they used to drop out. Now even a government data, the NSS data on these children, it has shown that not more than 9% of these specially abled children, they complete secondary education. And the literacy rate among these children is around 55%, which is much lower than the national average for the normal children. Other than these systemic issues, the problem of low parental engagement is also a big issue. These children are often treated as a burden by their parents themselves. And this is not the fault of the parents themselves. It is because of a lot of factors. The kind of emotional and physical stress that is caused on the parents caused this situation. And it is, in fact, enhanced by the lack of resources that the parents face or the cost of the resources that the parents face. And most of all, the societal stigma that is associated with these children even accentuates the situation. So dealing with children with special needs need a framework that encompasses not only the children, but also their family, school, and society. And this is the aim of our Sugamya Pustakalaya. Next, please. Now coming to the objectives that we aim to achieve through these Sugamya Kendras, Sugamya Pustakalayas, is number one, providing equitable opportunity through availability of resources which are customized to everyone's need. Like all the children that are present there, we should have resources that are befit of their use. And in a way, we try to promote inclusive education. The second objective that we try to achieve is social inclusion. Through these Sugamya Pustakalayas, we regularly organize sensitization meetings of village representatives, Gram Sabhas, Pradhans, Kotedars from time to time, and we try to sensitize them with the kind of potential that these children have if they are provided proper resources and opportunity, and we try to destigmatize the whole situation in the villages. We also try to encourage parents to accompany their children to these facilities to help them become better caregivers. Normally, children of normal, parents of normal children, they tend to take their kids to picnic and they tend to enjoy their kids. But children of such parents, children with special needs, they do not tend to enjoy them, and slowly they lose focus on such children. Number three, making them independent. And this is the most important part. And this objective can only be achieved by making resources available to them, like the basic braille kits, sign language videos, teaching them basic day-to-day skills. And this will go a long way in fostering their self-confidence. And lastly, the goal of making them mentally healthy and removing the feeling of isolation in them. All our objectives that we have tried to achieve through Sugamya Pustakalayas are in line with early childhood care and education that I've earlier stated, as envisaged in National Education Policy 2020. Next, please. So this has been our journey till date. We started first Sugamya Pustakalaya on 25th September 2023 at district headquarters, followed by 3 more centers at subdivision levels. Mostly, we have focused on establishing these centers at the headquarters where the schools are accessible and the students are available in large numbers. Next, please. Now, coming to the framework that we deploy at these centers, the initiative framework, it encompasses 3 major components. Firstly, the infrastructure. All the Sugamya Pustakalayas, they are co-located within the premise of the headquarters school with the greatest strength. And a separate building has been made for them. These separate buildings are designed with ramps. It has tactile walls for children to navigate it freely. And this was created using the CSR funds and the local body funds that we have available in our district. A separate physiotherapy and rehab room has also been created within these centers, which provide various facilities which are normally available at private centers, so that parents who accompany them can avail them for free. Secondly, for technical assistance in establishing these centers, we have engaged our special educators for designing the tactile walls and the shelves so that they are freely accessible by these children. And the layout has also been specially designed by them. The books and activity boards and other resources have been sourced from NIVS Dehradun which is currently known as National Institute for Empowerment of Persons with Visual Disabilities. And we have resources like Interpoint slates, Braille slates, tailor frames, geometry kits, which are specially made for these children. We have also trained our educators, online training of them at these institutes, NIBH, so that they are also sensitized towards the special needs of these children. Lastly, what we did was, out of the 45 special educators that we have, we deployed 8 special educators in shifts of 2 at these centers, and each center also has been also has physiotherapists that have been associated with them for rehabilitation after correctional surgeries. So overall, we have tried to build an ecosystem where children with special needs can they attend normal schools, and after school hours, through the transportation facility that we provide, visit these Sugamya centers with their caregivers being their parents, to get the trainings, the special trainings that are required by them to get independent in their life. Next, please. Now, as you can see, that the intervention that these children need are individualized. So a customized learning plan or an individualized education plan is prepared for each children by doing assessment, which includes, number 1, functionality evaluation. Now, the functionality evaluation includes whether a child is able to eat on her own, wear clothes on her own, identify objects around her, and understand basic instructions that are given by their caregivers and people around them. The second is the mental awareness of these children, which includes whether a child has aggressive behavior towards others or oneself, repetitive behavior like regularly moving their legs, or like if any other inappropriate behavior a child has. Thirdly, the education level assessment is also done, which includes basic reading, writing, arithmetic, etc. Based on these evaluation, this individualized evaluation, we devise goals for them. And these goals are targets which are meant to be achieved on a daily basis. And these goals are different for each child. And we have special sheets made for them, and they are fed online, and it is monitored monthly. The progress is monitored monthly by us. Next, please. Now, coming to the facilities that we provide at these centers, as I had earlier said, to enable the children that are enrolled at our centers achieve the learning plan that we have devised for them, we provide them various facilities. These facilities are to be different for each kind of children. For example, for vision and blind children, we have Braille books, both the course books, which are provided by our department itself, and story books, which we have made specially for them through NIVH. And Braille slates, large print books, and smart canes and daisy players. For speech and hearing impaired, we have attempted to provide speech therapy services at these tehsils and subdivision levels. Speech therapy is something for which a parent has to take their child to higher centers, but we have tried to make it available at our subdivision level. And these facilities include speech synthesizers, speech training staff, hearing aids, which are given to them free of cost, and sign language training and video lectures. For children with intellectual disability, we have specially designed worksheets, picture boards, grip aids for writing, educational toys to engage them, and model of common objects, flashcards of letters and alphabets to teach them basic numbers and alphabets. And all these tools that we have devised are specially custom made for each child that we have, based on the goals that are set for them. Now, for locomotor disabled, learning is not an issue for them. Their main issue is to make them independent on a day-to-day level. So we have physiotherapy room with trained staff, and ankle foot orthosis, walking sticks, wheelchairs, etc. are provided to them free of cost. Next, please. In addition to the educational and rehabilitation services that we provide to them, we also organize regular medical camps through the help of government facilities, NGOs, IMAs, and we identify cases remediable through surgeries. In the last 2 years, we have conducted more than 178 surgeries of children who are attending these centers, and it includes surgeries which are costly. For example, cochlear implants, congenital cataract surgery, and cleft lip surgeries. And in some of these surgeries, we have provided support to the tune of around 6 to 7 lakh per children. And these surgeries are funded by Red Cross fund that we have, the locally created CSR pooling fund that we have. These funds are used to provide surgical facilities to these children. Along with this, assistive aids are also distributed to these children through MPLADS CSR in support of LMCO. In order to increase attendance of these children, we have also started the facility of pick and drop. Basically, what we have done is we have associated each center with one school. We have started a concept called school social responsibility, same as corporate social responsibility, where schools which are big enough, they are associated with these centers. And in association with them, we provide bus facilities and nutritional support to these children. Next, please. So, at the risk of being repetitive, what I would like to say is, in a nutshell, the pedagogy of teaching children with special needs focuses on mainly on initial assessment that has to be very meticulously done of their academic progress, emotional health, social skills, and cognitive challenges. This is followed by evaluation of the assessment by special educators, and these special educators who evaluate them should be trained in early childhood care and education. This cannot be done by normal teachers. And for each student, a personalized course design is to be done, and the progress monitoring is to be done on a regular basis. And while reviewing the progress of each student, it should be ensured that parents as caregivers should be engaged, and the environment should be very supportive. Next, please. So in order to explain the kind of work that we are doing, I have taken 2 case studies, 2 examples. The facility that we have provided, these 4 facilities have enrollment of around 100 kids at each center. We cannot take more than 100 kids at these centers because that would strain our resources, so we are trying to create more such centers in our district. Currently, 400 students are using such centers. The first example is of a second-year graduate student called named Usha. Usha likes to write poetry, and she has compiled a number of them. She is blind since birth, and her parents didn't have enough resources to send her to special schools. So she learned Braille through special educators earlier and is a regular visitor to our Sugamya Pustakalaya. She finds acceptance in the environment and helps other children and shares her problem also with the staff there. Another example is of a boy named Yash. Yash was a totally normal child. He lost his eye due to an unfortunate accident where ball hit him while playing cricket. His studies stopped. He dropped out of school for around 2 years. Then he joined the Sugamya Pustakalaya Center, and he learned to read and write in Braille from there. And now Yash is entering inter-school now, and he is confident of doing well in his life. There are numerous such examples that we have where we have facilitated students and children to achieve their maximum in their life. Next, please. Now, this is a brief outline of the outcome that we have seen till date. What we have seen is that the children with special needs, with little support that we give, have done wonders. And the outcome shows that within 3 months, most of them are able to grasp basic Braille reading and writing. Almost 90% of them learned basic Braille reading and writing within 3 months. Next, please. Even for intellectually disabled, if I am to say, the results are encouraging, and most of these children with special needs are able to understand basic alphabets and numbers in almost 3 months' time. Next, please. Now, coming to the cost of Sugamya Pustakalaya, cost is not a barrier in this intervention. The total cost that I have broken down into roughly 5 components: infrastructure, equipment, staff, salary, and transportation. All of these combined cost us not more than 14 lakh a center. This is a very low-cost intervention. I would say it is a very low-cost tweaking of the existing resources that we have, which is aimed at achieving inclusive education system for children with special needs, a section that is usually quite neglected but if given proper opportunity, can do wonders. Next, please. This is the photo gallery of our Sugamya Pustakale. Next, please. Next, please. This is the media coverage that we have received over time. Next, please. Next, please. Next, please. Now, coming to the way forward. In future, we plan to expand our intervention to block level because we have already, we are having a long waiting list of such children. But as I told earlier, we don't want to increase the number beyond 100 because that would strain our resources. And this intervention is, the sole focus of this intervention is individualization. So we are trying to create more such centers at block level. We also plan to make advanced transition centers with the support of our nigams and authorities, which will mainly be aimed at children of age more than 15 years. This initiative is a very low-cost tweak, and we wish to see it implemented pan-India, as I've written in my presentation. And the cost is surely not a barrier for this project. Thank you so much for your patience listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Anuj. The best part of this initiative is that has been adopted by government of UP, and they are going to set up one center in each block. Next is again the district initiative of Jharkhand state of Gumla districts. I'll request Srikar Satyarthi to go for the presentation.
Respected Principal Secretary, sir, senior officials from DRPG and the government of Orissa, and all respected delegates, very good morning and johar from me. My name is Karn, and I'm currently posted as DC East Singhbhum, and the initiative that I'm going to talk about today is from Gumla district in Jharkhand, where I was earlier posted. Now, Gumla has a unique distinction of winning the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration twice in a row and reaching the final stages of the nomination process 4 times in a row. And during the entire 2 years that I was posted in Gumla, what I realized was whatever we were able to achieve was the result of concerted effort from all stakeholders, including government functionaries, civil society organizations. But the most important stakeholder for the entire process were the citizens themselves. And listening to how they aim to solve their own problems was the key to whatever little we were able to achieve. Now, the presentation is titled From Numbers to Names. And that is because in government, we are very fond of numbers. We love showing our achievements through numbers. But what we realized is numbers often don't tell the whole truth. And one needs to step on the field, one needs to interact with citizens to understand their lived experiences and the difference sometimes that exists between numbers and the ground situation. Next slide, please. This is a brief introduction of Gumla district. So these are 4 major factors that make challenges of Gumla slightly more unique than, every district has unique challenges. So these were 4 broad challenges that we faced for Gumla district. Gumla is an overwhelmingly tribal district. 69% of the population is tribal. It has an extremely tough topography. It's peppered with plateaus, and it's the district with least population density in the entire state of Jharkhand. It's the 2nd largest district in terms of area, but the 18th largest in terms of population. In the NFHS 4, according to the NFHS 4 data, 46.7% of Gumla's population faced multidimensional poverty, and the reduction that we've been able to manage over the last 5 years has been one of the highest in the country. Up until late 2024, it was affected by left-wing extremism, although now officially it is out of the LWE affected district list, but it continues to face legacy issues. The image that you see, the last image that you see is from January 2024 when a series of IED explosions blasted off 10 such container vehicles. Next slide, please. These are some of the images from recent left-wing extremist activities that took place in Gumla, but fortunately, within the last 2 years itself, through the concerted effort of central and state forces, we've been able to largely free the district of this scourge. Next slide, please. Now these two pictures show the topographical challenge that people of Gumla face. Now, I have been to these two villages once each, but our field level functionaries, our Sahiya Didis, our Anganwadi workers, our A&M Didis have to go to these places as a routine. And visiting these places is important to understand that achieving the same numbers for this place and a place which is very near to the, say, the urban center of Gumla is not the same. And the numbers may reflect a certain reality, but visiting these places tells you a different reality. Next slide, please. So, Gumla has, because of the legacy issues, because of some unique socio-political issues, some historical issues, and the geographical challenges, infrastructure was a huge problem for my district, for our district. And one of the challenges was making grid electricity reach these villages. So when I joined Gumla, we had around 80 to 90 settlements, habitations, not villages. The villages were electrified, but because the population was so scattered that there were 80 to 90 hamlets that were still not electrified. And they were so tough to reach that making grid electricity reach that village was extremely tough and not cost efficient at all. So we employed what we call solar solutions to this. And because of this necessity, these villages came to be known as carbon neutral villages. And in the last 2 years itself, we've been able to convert 55 such habitations to carbon neutral villages. So these villages are powered by solar microgrids, and the irrigation need is also powered by solar panels. And so these villages do not use any renewable form of energy. And we were able to convert 55 such hamlets into these kind of villages. The next picture shows PMJSY road. Now, PMJSY is a scheme which has been very successful over the past 20 years. But for Gumla, left-wing extremism was a challenge in implementing these schemes. So in the past 2 years, we were able to finish more than 125 kilometers of roads through PMJSY and PM Janman, and as well as state schemes, which to a large extent solved at least the block level challenge of connectivity for Gumla district. Next slide, please. Now, these are the 5 broad pillars that we realized help us achieve some of the results that we could. The first is saturation approach. Now, in government, we love to throw around 2 words, saturation and convergence. Whoever has worked in the government for maybe more than 4 years, starts to hear these 2 words so much that we get bored out of them. Now, what I realized is that saturation is actually much, much harder to actually achieve than to bandy about. And saturation is also a continuous process because you can never saturate an entire population, right? So the approach that we adopted was sort of a reverse saturation. So what happens is for any scheme, the moment we reach a figure of say 90%, 95% achievement of the targeted population, we start getting complacent that we've reached the saturation level. And what happens is the final 5 or 10%, which are actually most in need of that scheme, get sometimes left out, or maybe the kind of attention that is needed to saturate them is not being given to them because we are in that complacent, that the context becomes very complacent for us. So what we did was we started a reverse saturation approach. Only about 18,000 of our population belong to particularly vulnerable tribal groups. But because all of them reside in such scattered hamlets and such tough topographies that they often get left out. So what we did was we started the saturation approach from our particularly vulnerable tribal groups and the tribal population that resides in the uplands and most topographically tough places. So this we call the reverse saturation approach. Now again, grievance redressal, all government departments and all government organizations have some sort of a grievance redressal website or a tech-enabled solution. The only difference that we adopted was, so normally what happens in government is as soon as a grievance comes to us and suppose a community wants a road, a road to be built in their village. And since we are not, maybe our district does not have the financial resources, what we do is we prepare a DPR, we send it to the state government, and we think that at our level the problem has been resolved because we could only do that much. The approach that we adopted was we'll keep those grievances pending as long as they are not solved. So no matter at what level their solution has to be. So for example, if a person comes to us with a request of getting a pakka house, Maybe he's not in the priority wait list of the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, but we will not mark that grievance to be resolved unless and until through some other scheme or through some other method, we are able to give him or her a pakka house. So you'll see that most government departments or most district administrations have a grievance redressal rate of say 95%, 90% or greater than 85%. We had a grievance redressal rate of 60%. Because we ensured that unless and until that grievance is actually resolved on the ground, we don't mark it as resolved. And there were many problems where 10-kilometer roads needed to be built, 11 kilometers road needed to be built, and those grievances are still marked as unresolved. Unless and until that road gets built to that village, that grievance will remain unresolved. So this was our approach. The third is, of course, convergence, like I said. The fourth was Jan Bhagidari, and again, I'll come, I'll dig a little deeper into that approach, but Jan Bhagidari was not just a buzzword for us. We ensured that I personally visited around 260 hamlets of Gumla in the last 2 years, and we ensured that each and every habitation, each and every household is being visited by a senior official from the district twice every week. At least one person from the district visits two villages per week, that we ensured. And the fifth is transparency. So I'll come to this in slight detail. But what we did was we installed QR codes on 3,000 government buildings in Gumla. And just by scanning those QR codes, you get to know 30 data points of that building. So when was it built? Which scheme was used to build it? Was it finished on time or was it delayed? Which contractor built that government building? Who is the user department? Who is the implementing department? Which scheme was used to build that building? And also, you could record a 45-second video and tell us that the building has this problem, or the service that you received in the building was good, bad. You could give a star rating. So this was what we did for transparency. Next slide, please. So this is what I talked about, the saturation approach. Gumla was the first district in Jharkhand to saturate its PVTG population with Ayushman Bharat, with Ujjwala, with Vishwakarma, and with the PMAY Grameen sanctions. Next slide, please. So this is a village called Jalhan. So the first image is when I first visited the village. The village is populated by just 17 households, and all of them are from the Asur tribe. So Asur is a particularly vulnerable tribal group. Now, if you look at the data, you'll just find that every day some new FHTCs or functional household tap connections are installed. So if you look at the data, you'll just find that 17 new FHTCs were installed in Jalhan village. But when you actually visit that village, you'll see that it takes 4 hours from the district headquarters to reach that village because it doesn't have a road. Out of those 17 households, the highest educational qualification for a person is class 8th, and they have never seen the face of, they had never seen the face of electricity or running water. Now, the data shows just 17 more households connected, but when you visit the village and interact with these 17 households, you'll come to know what that electricity connection and what that functional household tap connection means to them. So this village has now been saturated with most of the government schemes, and it has now all the basic infrastructure facilities. Now we are aiming to, although I'm no longer posted in the district, but the Gumla administration is aiming to deliver some of the more aspirational parts of the government schemes to these villages. Next slide, please. This is the QR code that I talked about. This initiative in itself was shortlisted for the Prime Minister's Award for Excellence in Public Administration in the innovation category in the year 2021. So we created something called a digital district asset register. It's called Gram Sampatti. More than 7 districts across the country have now replicated it. So all information, be it the geolocation, be it the information that is found on files, related to all government assets in Gumla can be accessed through just a click of your mobile phones. There's a web application as well as a mobile application. And this was necessitated because whenever we see a government building, especially in the remote parts of any district, more often than not, that building is not in a good shape. And when you start digging up the records, you may go as far back as, say, 5, 10 years, you'll get the records. But the moment you go past 20 years, there are no records available. Sometimes people don't even know which scheme was used to build that government school or government Anganwadi. At least in my state, that was the situation. And that's why this district asset register was necessitated. And we could eliminate duplicacy through this. And it has ushered in a a complete, era of transparency, because anyone can just scan these QR codes and log in his or her complaint and know anything about every district, every asset in the district, whether it's under construction or it's completed or it's planned, all the assets. So more than 3,000 such assets are listed. All of you can just go to your mobile phones and access this website. It's called gramsampati.in. Next slide, please. This was a ghost asset. A ghost building was converted to the Gumla Science Center. This again has been replicated by many districts across the country. And the Honorable Prime Minister in a recent Mann Ki Baat also applauded this effort in the context of Dantewada district, but Dantewada district had replicated this project in collaboration with us. Next slide, please. So these are, again, applications of the Gram Sampati mobile application, web application. We were able to bring in some quality change in educational infrastructure of the district through these applications. Next slide, please. Now, this is again tech intervention. It's called sarvodaya.gumla.in. Now, if I ask all of you sitting here that how many government schemes a person can apply for or is eligible for, I'm 100% sure that not one person in this room would be aware of all schemes of the government of, say, Odisha and government of India. So when we made a registry of all schemes, in my state, we had more than 200 schemes, government of Jharkhand as well as government of India. Now, me being the district magistrate, even I was not aware of what the eligibility criteria of each scheme is, how to access the forms of each scheme, where to apply, how many seats are there in all schemes. So when a district magistrate does not know complete details of 200 schemes, how do we expect a person who's barely educated to know that this is the scheme I can take benefit from? There are many schemes which are very popular, so people know about them, but there are many schemes which are not very popular. So we created a scheme registry called sarvodaya.gumla.in. So by keying in 4 essential features of your life, like your gender, your marital status, all non-personal, no personal data, but just by keying in those 4 attributes of your life, you could get a list of government schemes that you were eligible for and where to apply for those schemes, and their government orders in simple Hindi, because government orders are very technical and common people often don't understand them. So in simple Hindi, and complete information regarding all those government schemes so that a common person can go and apply for those government schemes. And this website was also used for the grievance redressal that I initially talked about. Next slide, please. Now, again, this is something that we were, necessitated by the demand of citizens themselves. So like in every state, we have Jan Shikayat Nivaran Divas or public grievance redressal days twice a week. But I realized we were often taking in the complaints, maybe not tracking them as efficiently as was possible. And often people came to us and told us that it takes 3 hours for us to reach your office, then we sit here for 1 hour or 2 hours, and we go back. So a whole day is wasted. So what we introduced was an e-Jan Shikayat. This again happened once a week, where you could just go to your block building and then connect to all senior officials of the district administration through your block building. We are planning to, seep it down to the panchayat level, but in the last 2 years, we were able to take it only till the block level. Next slide, please. And this is a unique example of convergence. The left side is a ragi field. Now, Gumla is one of the highest producers of ragi in the entire country, and this project again won the Prime Minister's Award in 2022 in the Aspirational Districts program category. And this FPO now, last year, returned a turnover of 3.2 crore rupees. And it has 10 women board members. The highest educational level is class 9th maybe, and none of them have any prior experience of entrepreneurship. And this year they are exporting their produce to Bahrain and Cyprus, and they have now their stores in more than 1 district. And the laddus that they produce is then converged into our Anganwadis as a part of the Poshan program, and it helps us fight malnutrition. Next slide, please. These are health cards that we distributed to all government residential government school children to, measure their hemoglobin levels and ensure that steps were taken to increase their HB levels. Next slide, please. This is some of the health and nutrition initiatives that happened within those tolas or hamlets. And Gumla is the first district in Jharkhand which is going to be 100% sickle cell screened. The second district is at a level of say 15%, and Gumla is at a level of 95%. Next slide, please. So this is again a unique project that we started for Gumla. It's called Project Asha. Mental health is often an area which is not very emphasized upon, because we keep focusing on public health issues. And since mental health is not considered in the traditional definition of public health, but what we found was epilepsy was a major challenge. And we collaborated with AIIMS New Delhi to introduce this, and they conducted monthly camps, and we ensured follow-ups, 1 year worth of free medicine and social counseling for the families, because we realized that epilepsy was not just a clinical disorder, but also a social problem. Next slide, please. We leveraged CSR to ensure that Gumla was the first district in South Chota Nagpur division, other than Ranchi, which is the capital, to have a CT scan. Now we are in the process of getting a cath lab in a district hospital, which will be the first for Jharkhand. Next slide, please. We distributed these e-tricycles to 100% of locomotor disabled population of the district. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yeah. So again, now this is something unique to Jharkhand. In Jharkhand, we have a law called the CNT Act, Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act. According to this law, if a company for mining or industrial purposes has to divert a private land, a Rayati land, which is of tribal nature, they have to take the deputy commissioner's permission, the collector's permission. So in the first few cases that I heard, I realized that the tribal person who stood in front of me, his aim was to get out of the court as soon as possible. So he was not there to, make his point or her point that, okay, I want to give this land or not, or whether the compensation that they are promising me is okay or not, whether my child will get an education or I'll get a job in that mining or industrial company or not. That was not his aim. His aim was, because he was so, in fear of the premises of the courtroom, that he just wanted to stand there for as little as possible and get out of the room as fast as possible. So what we did was, we took that CNT court out of the courtroom, and we took that court to the villages. So what we did was, the CNT 49 court for the last 1.5 years in Gumla has been organized in the village where that mining or industry company is going to alienate the tribal person of that land. And I realized that within their villages, they could very freely express themselves. The average rate of compensation went up by 50%. They were able to negotiate much better deals like education for their children or jobs for themselves. Next slide, please. So now this again is a very interesting case study. These are all PVTG people belonging to a tribe called Birhor. So this tribe does not have any documentation, because they keep moving from one place to another every 30-40 years. Now, for the past 40 years, they had been waiting for their caste certificates because they did not have any land documentation related to their land. And in Jharkhand, these issues are very complicated, because there's always there's always an outsider-insider debate, and the issue of issuing caste certificates is a very sensitive process. But we made sure that we persisted in the process, and we made use of a very a very seldom used point of our circular, and we used that provision and issued them caste certificates after a gap of 40 years. They never had these caste certificates. Next slide, please. This is again the app that I was talking about. It's called the Gram Sampatti web and mobile applications. It aims to bring all stakeholders regarding all government assets on a common platform. And you can also see a government departments and a contractor's performance on these applications. Although we are not in a position to use a contractor's performance in tendering process, because that's an issue that the state government will have to take a call. But at least we can, for our purposes, see which contractor and which government department is performing well and who is not performing well. Next slide, please. So this is these are some of the initiatives that we took in terms of education. Gumla was the first district to organize 2 literature festivals, and now it may seem out of place, but for a district like Gumla, it was almost like a first in a lifetime thing for the people of Gumla. We were able to send 51 children to the launch pads of Chandrayaan and Aditya L1 to witness the scientific strides that India is going to make. And this initiative was presented before the Honorable Prime Minister of India during the 3rd National Conference of Chief Secretaries. Next slide, please. So yes, next slide, please. The Honorable Prime Minister of India interacted with 5 of our PBTG entrepreneurs from Gumla. It was an online interaction. He was very impressed by the entrepreneurial leaps that these 5 women have been able to make in a district like Gumla. Next slide, please. So these were some of the things that we were planning to do, and I'm sure that our team back in Gumla is working very diligently on all of these, these initiatives, and all the aspirational parts of the schemes of Government of India and Government of Jharkhand are being delivered very well in Gumla. Next slide, please. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Very successful example of saturation approach in the district. So now we'll move to last presentation of today's session. That is on numerous successful program implementation in tribal districts of Madhya Pradesh. I'll request Dr. Rahul to start the presentation.
आदरणीय राजपूत सर, आदरणीय श्री पुनीत यादव सर तथा उपस्थित सभी डिग्निटरीज, सभी को मेरी तरफ से नमस्कार। मेरा नाम राहुल फटिंग है और 2012 बैच मध्य प्रदेश कैडर से हूँ मैं, और जनवरी 2023 से लेकर जनवरी 2025 तक मैं बड़वानी में कलेक्टर के रूप में पदस्थ रहा, और अभी वर्तमान में कमिश्नर हाउसिंग बोर्ड के रूप में मैं पदस्थ हूँ। बड़वानी डिस्ट्रिक्ट के बारे में जो इनिशिएटिव लिए गए, जिसके कारण होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ डिस्ट्रिक्ट कैटेगरी में प्राइम मिनिस्टर एक्सीलेंस अवार्ड मिला है, उसमें जो 12 फ्लैगशिप स्कीम्स हैं उसमें से 8 स्कीम्स जो हैं ऑलमोस्ट सैचुरेट हो गई है, जिसके कारण ये अवार्ड मिला। मैं छोटा सा एक डॉक्यूमेंट्री पहले प्रस्तुत करूँगा, उसके बाद मैं 5 मिनट प्रेजेंटेशन दूंगा। डॉक्यूमेंट्री लगाइए। वॉइस नहीं।
देश के कमजोर सूचकांकों वाले जिले के रूप में जाना जाता था, जहां विकास की बयार कुछ कम रफ्तार से पहुंची। 69% जनजाति आबादी वाले बड़वानी जिले में मुख्यतः असंगठित क्षेत्र के श्रमिक एवं लघु सीमांत जनजाति किसान परिवार रहते हैं। जनजातियों का दुर्गम पहाड़ी एवं पहुंच विहीन क्षेत्रों में निवास करने से तथा परिवहन की सुविधा सहज रूप से उपलब्ध नहीं होने के कारण सरकारी योजनाओं का लाभ भी इन तक समय पर पहुंचाना बड़ी चुनौती थी। स्वास्थ्य एवं पोषण संबंधी सेवाओं की कमजोर स्थिति, बच्चों एवं महिलाओं में कुपोषण की उच्च दर, महिला साक्षरता में पिछड़ापन और बुनियादी ढांचे की कमजोर स्थिति ने जिले को विकास की मुख्य धारा से दूर रखा। इन स्थितियों को देखते हुए नीति आयोग भारत शासन द्वारा साल 2018 में बड़वानी जिले को आकांक्षी जिला विकास कार्यक्रम में शामिल किया। साथ ही नीति आयोग ने जनवरी 2023 में देश के सबसे पिछड़े 10 विकास खंडों में शामिल विकास खंड पार्टी को आकांक्षी विकास खंड कार्यक्रम में शामिल किया है। नीति आयोग के इस कार्यक्रम से तथा कमजोर सूचकांकों में सुधार के लिए जिला प्रशासन द्वारा किए गए नवाचारों से बड़वानी जिले ने विकास की नई रफ्तार पकड़ी है। हालांकि ऐसा नहीं है कि जिले के पास अपने स्थानीय संसाधनों के आधार पर आकांक्षी से प्रेरणादायी विकास के लक्ष्य को हासिल करने की ताकत नहीं है। बड़वानी जिला जल संसाधन, पर्यटन की असीम संभावना, ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग की असीम क्षमताओं से लैस है और अब उसने प्रगति के पथ पर कदम बढ़ा दिए हैं। बड़वानी जिला प्रशासन ने अपने नवाचारों के जरिए सरकार की योजनाओं को धरातल पर उतारा है तथा आम जनों को शासन के कार्यक्रमों एवं योजनाओं का लाभ समयबद्ध सुनिश्चित किया है। इन सभी संयुक्त प्रयासों ने बड़वानी जिले को देश में एक रोल मॉडल के रूप में प्रस्तुत किया है, जहां विकास और सामाजिक कल्याण की दिशा में सकारात्मक परिवर्तन देखे जा सकते हैं। इन नवाचारों ने भारत शासन की महत्वाकांक्षी योजनाओं में सैचुरेशन वाली प्रगति भी सुनिश्चित की, जिसके साक्ष्य इन योजनाओं के प्रगति संबंधी आंकड़े हैं। दुर्गम पहाड़ी रास्तों के कारण जिले में गर्भवती महिलाओं को अस्पताल तक लाना बड़ी चुनौती थी, गांवों तक एम्बुलेंस नहीं पहुंच पाने के कारण जिले में मातृ और शिशु मृत्यु दर अधिक थी। जिला प्रशासन के मिशन उम्मीद, ममता ब्रिगेड और वार्लू कमांडो जैसे नवाचार इलाके की महिलाओं के लिए संजीवनी साबित हुए हैं।
पहले झोली में ले जाके ना किसी को रास्ते में भी डिलीवरी हो जाती थी। अभी मिशन उम्मीद में ये अभी स्ट्रेचर वगैरह भी है, तो उससे आसानी से हम संस्थागत ले जाते और संस्थागत प्रसव करवाते।
मिशन उम्मीद के तहत गर्भवती महिलाओं को स्वास्थ्य जांच, टीकाकरण और प्रसव के लिए अपने निजी वाहन पर अस्पताल तक लाने वाले लोगों को नकद राशि का भुगतान किया जा रहा है।
प्रधानमंत्री मातृ योजना से 5,000 की राशि प्राप्त हुई, जो खाने पीने में खर्च किए। मैं और मेरा बच्चा दोनों स्वस्थ हैं। प्रधानमंत्री जी को धन्यवाद।
वहीं ममता ब्रिगेड गर्भवती महिलाओं की नियमित जांच, संस्थागत प्रसव, कुपोषण व एनीमिया से निपटने में सहायक साबित हुई है। मिशन बाल शक्ति के जरिए बैंक नोट प्रेस, देवास के वित्तीय सहयोग से अति गंभीर कुपोषित बच्चों के लिए घर पर उच्च ऊर्जा युक्त पोषण आहार, ड्राई फ्रूट के लड्डू की व्यवस्था की गई। इससे बच्चों में कुपोषण की दर में कमी आई है। आयुष्मान भारत योजना के अंतर्गत बच्चों का स्वास्थ्य परीक्षण कर उनका निःशुल्क हार्ट ऑपरेशन करवाया गया। प्राकृतिक संसाधनों और बड़े उद्योगों की कमी से जिले के लोगों के सामने वर्ष भर रोजगार पाना एक बड़ी समस्या है। आजीविका के पर्याप्त संसाधन नहीं होने से पलायन करना ग्रामीणों की मजबूरी बन चुकी थी। ऐसे में पीएम स्वनिधि, प्रधानमंत्री विश्वकर्मा और प्रधानमंत्री मुद्रा योजना ने लोगों को रोजगार के नए अवसर प्रदान किए हैं। लोगों तक योजना का लाभ पहुंचाने के लिए जिला प्रशासन ने हर ग्राम पंचायत में सर्वे कर छोटे व्यवसायियों का डेटा बैंक तैयार किया। किसानों की आय दोगुनी करने के लिए गांव-गांव जाकर खेती बाड़ी करने वाले किसानों के साथ साथ पशुपालक किसान और मछुआ कृषकों को भी किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड योजना से जोड़ा गया। जिले में आज इन प्रयासों के अच्छे परिणाम दिखाई दे रहे हैं।
0% ब्याज पर जो लोन मिला है, उसी से हमारी जो ग्रोथ बोलेंगे वो हुई है।
फिर अभी हमने और 20,000 भी भर दिए, उसके बाद 50,000 का लोन मिला। तो हमने एक छोटी मोटी गाड़ी लेके उसमें नारियल पानी बेच रहे हैं, वो सब धंधा कर रहे हैं। मतलब हमको बहुत फायदा हुआ।
महिलाओं को धुएं से मुक्ति दिलाने के लिए जिला कलेक्टर ने धुआं मुक्त नारी जीवन अभियान की शुरुआत की। अभियान के तहत गांव-गांव आजीविका मिशन की सक्रिय सदस्य को उज्ज्वला दीदी के रूप में नियुक्त किया गया। उज्ज्वला दीदी ने घर-घर जाकर लोगों को प्रधानमंत्री उज्ज्वला योजना का लाभ दिलाया। सिलेंडर समय पर पहुंचाने के लिए कैलेंडर अनुसार मार्ग तय किए गए। इन प्रयासों से न सिर्फ ग्रामीण महिलाओं का आत्मसम्मान बढ़ा है, बल्कि उनके स्वास्थ्य में भी सुधार हुआ है। आजादी के 75 बरस बाद भी बड़वानी जिले के जनजातीय परिवारों को पीने के पानी के लिए कड़ा संघर्ष करना पड़ता था। कई किलोमीटर दूर से पानी लाना इनकी नियति बन चुकी थी। दशकों से चली आ रही इस समस्या का जल जीवन मिशन ने समाधान किया है। नियमित जलापूर्ति, रख रखाव और जलकर की वसूली के लिए महिलाओं की ग्राम जल एवं स्वच्छता समितियां बनाई गई, जिससे न सिर्फ महिलाओं को रोजगार मिला, बल्कि उनमें नई ऊर्जा का संचार हुआ है। जल परीक्षण के लिए जिले स्तर पर NABL मान्यता प्राप्त प्रयोगशाला बनाई गई और ग्राम स्तर पर जांच किट दी गई, जिससे पानी की गुणवत्ता पर ग्रामीणों का भरोसा बढ़ा।
पहले पानी वही चलाते थे ना, हैंडपंप का ना, अभी नल लगेगा तो जरा ठीक से भाई पानी की ज्यादा आफत नहीं पड़ती।
जिले में मिशन न्यू के जरिए आंगनवाड़ी केंद्रों में 5 साल तक के बच्चों को खेल खेल में सीखने की आदतों का विकास किया जा रहा है, जिससे पीएम पोषण योजना की प्रगति सुनिश्चित हुई है। जिला कलेक्टर की पहल पर मिशन आशियाना के तहत अलग अलग योजनाओं के माध्यम से भूमि की उपलब्धता व भूमि दान करवाकर भूमिहीन परिवारों के आवास बनवाना सुलभ किया, जिससे उन्हें प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना का लाभ मिल सका। शिक्षक विहीन शालाओं में शिक्षा व्यवस्था को सुदृढ़ एवं बेहतर बनाने के लिए मिशन ई गुरु के अंतर्गत दूरस्थ दुर्गम क्षेत्रों में 100 एंड्रॉइड बॉक्स के माध्यम से उत्कृष्ट व्यवस्था की गई। देश की जानी मानी संस्थाओं जैसे बायजूस और आकाश के बेस्ट नोट्स इन एंड्रॉइड बॉक्स के माध्यम से बच्चों को गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षा उपलब्ध करा रही है। लोगों तक योजनाओं के लाभ पहुंचाने के लिए पहुंच अभियान, जन सेवा यात्रा एवं विकसित भारत संकल्प यात्रा जैसे कार्यक्रमों का भरपूर लाभ लिया गया। जनजाति इलाकों में खाटिया बैठकों का आयोजन किया गया। स्थानीय लोगों का भरोसा जीतने के लिए पटेल, पुजारा और तड़वी जैसे जनजातीय समुदाय पर प्रभाव रखने वाले लोगों की मदद से संदेश दिए गए।
हम बच्चों को स्टोन से ABCD भी लिखना सिखाते हैं, आकृतियां भी बनाते हैं, फूल पत्तियों से भी हम आकृतियां बनाकर सिखाते हैं। मिशन न्यू से हमें बच्चों को बहुत अच्छा ज्ञान प्राप्त होता है।
बड़वानी में जिला प्रशासन के नवाचारों की लंबी फहरिस्त है, जिससे बड़वानी 360 डिग्री समग्र विकास की राह पर तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहा है। इन नवाचारों ने जिले में भारत शासन की सभी 12 योजनाओं में भी उल्लेखनीय प्रगति की है। नीति आयोग भारत शासन के आकांक्षी जिला कार्यक्रम ने बड़वानी जिले को एक अच्छा अवसर प्रदान किया है, जिससे जिला एस्पिरेशनल से इंस्पिरेशनल बनने की राह पर चल पड़ा है। जिला प्रशासन के नवाचारों ने ग्रामीणों के जीवन में सकारात्मक बदलाव लाने की दिशा में महत्वपूर्ण काम किया है और लगातार कर रहे हैं। समग्र विकास की इस यात्रा में बड़वानी ने जो कदम उठाए हैं, वे न केवल जिले बल्कि पूरे राज्य और देश के लिए एक उदाहरण बन चुके हैं। जिले की यह समग्र रूप से प्रगति की यात्रा नीति आयोग के आकांक्षी जिला विकास कार्यक्रम की देन है।
पीपीटी लगाइए। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। बड़वानी डिस्ट्रिक्ट इंदौर डिवीजन में आता है वैसे, और नर्मदा वैली में सतपुड़ा रेंजेस में सिचुएटेड है। महाराष्ट्र एक साइड से महाराष्ट्र लगता है, दूसरे साइड से गुजरात की बॉर्डर लगती है, और तो ऐसा डिस्ट्रिक्ट है। और 18 लाख पॉपुलेशन अभी है, और उसमें 70% पॉपुलेशन जो है ट्राइबल पॉपुलेशन है। उसमें भी भील की उपजाति है बारेला। तो एकमात्र डिस्ट्रिक्ट है कि जहाँ बारेला बेसिकली बारेला उपजाति ईस्ट डिस्ट्रिक्ट में है। बाकी चैलेंजेस हमने बताए, खासतौर पे बारेला जो उपजाति है ये फलियों में रहती है, और लगभग फलिया इज बेसिकली स्कैटर्ड हैमलेट्स, और उसमें भी ये है कि इंडिविजुअल मकान जो है वो प्रेफर करते हैं कि इंडिविजुअली अलग अलग आइसोलेटेड वे में रहें। तो उस कारण जो स्कीम्स है, स्कीम्स का सैचुरेशन करना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। इनफैक्ट राजपूत सर जो बैठे हैं वो 2009 में कलेक्टर रह चुके हैं बड़वानी में, और तब तो और कठिन था। कठिन इसलिए बोलूँगा कि नेटवर्क शैडो रीजन की समस्या अभी भी, यानी 1800 इलेक्शन के टाइम हमने देखा कि 1800 पोलिंग बूथ थे, उसमें से 350 पोलिंग बूथ हमारे ऐसे थे कि जहाँ बिल्कुल ही नेटवर्क नहीं आता था। और पीपीटी में उल्लेख नहीं है, लेकिन जैसे कि कुछ लेफ्ट विंग जो संस्थाएं हैं, जैसे कि नर्मदा बचाओ आंदोलन है, या बाबा आमटे हैं, या फिर और भी एक जागरूक दलित आदिवासी संगठन है, तो इनका एपिसेंटर रहा है। और जब सर कलेक्टर थे तब तो 15-15 दिन ऐसा भी हुआ है कि कलेक्टर ऑफिस ही पूरा बंद रहा। आज के टाइम भी होता है कि 1 दिन या 2 दिन बंद हो जाता है, तो तब जो है काम करना और कठिन था। आज के टाइम थोड़ा सा आसान हो गया है, ऐसा मैं बोलूँगा, लेकिन आज भी फिर भी चैलेंजेस है। और जो फ्लैगशिप स्कीम की सर्विस डिलीवरी है, क्योंकि लोग इतने आइसोलेटेड वे में रहते हैं, इतना यानी एरिया बहुत बड़ा है, तो टीम को भेजना, और सारी स्कीम जब ऑनलाइन हुई है तो नेटवर्क शैडो रीजन में काम करना, तो दैट इज़ द इशू। नेक्स्ट, एस्पिरेशन डिस्ट्रिक्ट होने के कारण जो अच्छी डेल्टा रैंक रही, उससे हमें लगभग 17 करोड़ के आसपास राशि नीति आयोग की तरफ से मिली। तो उसका हमने फ़ायदा ये लिया कि जो एग्जिस्टिंग गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स हैं, तो उनको अगर ब्रीच करने के लिए हमें आवश्यकता जहाँ जहाँ राशि की थी, तो उसको हमने वहाँ मदद ली। खासतौर पे जैसे स्वास्थ्य और पोषण में हमने 5 करोड़ रुपए खर्च किए, तो उसमें जो पुराने डिलीवरी पॉइंट्स हैं उसके लिए जैसे गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से फंडिंग नहीं आती, तो उसका जो उन्नयन है, उन्नयन के लिए हमने उस राशि का उपयोग किया। जैसे आंगनबाड़ी केंद्र हैं, तो वहाँ जैसे पानी के लिए जो व्यवस्था करनी है, या फिर खाने के लिए केसरोल आदि की व्यवस्था करनी है, ये सारे हमने काम किए। एजुकेशन में जैसे स्मार्ट क्लासेस की स्थापना हो गई। कृषि और जल संसाधन में जैसे 3 करोड़ की राशि थी। कस्टम हायरिंग सेंटर है, वहाँ मिलेट काफ़ी इसमें होता है, तो मिलेट की प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट बनाने के लिए। तो एग्जिस्टिंग गवर्नमेंट स्कीम जैसे कि मुद्रा योजना है, या फिर एसएचजी बैंक लिंकेज स्कीम है, तो उसमें जो मार्जिन मनी की राशि है 100% तो हमने नहीं दिया, क्योंकि डिपेंडेंसी नहीं बनाना चाहते थे, लेकिन मार्जिन मनी का जो अमाउंट है हमने इस राशि से दिया, तो उसके कारण जो है स्कीम सैचुरेट हो सकी। आगे भी आएगी, नेक्स्ट कुछ फोटोग्राफ्स में दिखाऊंगा। ये जैसे है कि कस्टम हायरिंग सेंटर मैंने जो बता रहा था आपको, तो उसका प्रोग्राम वगैरह किया था और सारे लोगों को दिया था, तो उसके बारे में। नेक्स्ट, ये जैसे मैंने कहा कई जगहों कि आंगनवाड़ी में पीने की व्यवस्था नहीं होती, तो उसके लिए व्यवस्था हमने की। आगे ये मिशन स्माइलिंग लिटिल हार्ट करके हमने प्रोग्राम चलाया था। आप सभी जानते हैं कि विकसित भारत संकल्प यात्रा भारत सरकार की तरफ से लॉन्च की गई थी और सारे गांव-गांव गई थी, तो इसका हमने फ़ायदा ये उठाया कि जहाँ जहाँ यात्रा गई वहाँ हमने कंपल्सरीली जो छोटे बच्चे हैं उनका हेल्थ चेकअप कराया और सारे ऐसे पेशेंट्स हमने आइडेंटिफाई किए। तो इसमें जो है मोर देन 500 बच्चे हमने सिलेक्ट किए कि जिनको कंजेनिटल हार्ट डिसीजेस है, और उसमें से लगभग 250 बच्चे ऐसे हैं कि जिनका हमने हार्ट सर्जरी इंदौर में कराया। तो बेसिकली इसमें फ़ायदा ये हुआ है कि जो छूटे हुए बच्चे थे वो आइडेंटिफाई तो हुए और विकसित भारत संकल्प यात्रा का हमने लाभ उठाया। और साथ में जो पेरेंट्स हैं, खासतौर पे मजदूरी का इशू आता है या फिर मजदूरी वेजेस लॉस है, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का इशू है, तो उनको सारों को एक साथ लेकर और मजदूरी का जो लॉस हुआ वो रेड क्रॉस सोसाइटी के माध्यम से भुगतान कर हमने ये काम किया। नेक्स्ट, ये मिशन बाल शक्ति हमने लॉन्च किया था। मिशन बाल शक्ति का मकसद ये था कि हमारे यहाँ डिस्ट्रिक्ट में मैं जो डेटाबेस देख रहा था, लगभग 4 से 5 हज़ार जो श्याम बच्चे हर साल होते थे और हम एनआरसी में एडमिट करते थे, लेकिन एनआरसी में हमारा बेड ऑक्यूपेंसी रेट भी लगभग 160% होता था। लेकिन जब भी बच्चे वापस जब घर जाते थे उसके बाद वो बच्चे रिपीट होते थे, यानी सडन फिर से फॉल होता था। तो ये आवश्यकता लगी कि बच्चों को एक होम बेस्ड सोल्यूशन दिया जाए। तो उसमें हमने होम बेस्ड एक रेसिपी आइडेंटिफाई की। रेसिपी आइडेंटिफाई करके वहाँ यानी CSR का सपोर्ट हमने लिया। खासतौर पे देवास में एक बैंक प्रेस नोट है, तो उनके तरफ से 3 करोड़ की राशि मैंने सैंक्शन कराई और एडिशनल जो सप्लीमेंटेशन है उन बच्चों को दिया गया। तो काफ़ी इसके रिजल्ट अच्छे आए और काफ़ी जो है इसमें जो है बेसिकली जो विशियस साइकिल ब्रेक हुई, ऐसा मैं कहना चाहूँगा। नेक्स्ट, ये वार्लू कमांडो नाम का इनिशिएटिव है। बेसिकली अभी एम्बुलेंस तो सभी जगह चली गई है, लेकिन टेरेन का जैसे कि मैंने कहा इशू है। तो कुछ ऐसे भी घर है कि जो आइसोलेटेड वे में रहते हैं, तो उनको ट्रांसपोर्ट करना नियरेस्ट पॉइंट तक, तो वो एक चैलेंज था। तो मैंने जैसे मैं पहले बता चुका हूँ, नीति आयोग से जो हमें अवार्ड की राशि मिली उससे हमने कुछ स्ट्रेचर्स वगैरह उपलब्ध कराए, लेकिन फिर भी हमने एक इनोवेशन ये किया कि जो ट्राइबल होते हैं वो बेसिकली वहाँ जब भी कोई आदमी मिलता है तो वो एक दूसरे को हालचाल पूछने के लिए वार्लू छी करके पूछते हैं बेसिकली। तो एक हमने वार्लू कमांडो नाम का कमांडो आइडेंटिफाई किया और ऐसी प्रेग्नेंट लेडीज हमने आइडेंटिफाई की जो कि डेटाबेस हमारे पास, क्योंकि पूरा डेटाबेस होता है, तो उसके आधार पे कि जिनकी पोटेंशियल डिलीवरी होम डिलीवरी हो सकती है, या ऐसी महिला आइडेंटिफाई की जिनकी पहली जो डिलीवरी है होम डिलीवरी हो चुकी है, तो उनको आइडेंटिफाई करके जो उसी फलिया के ऐसे यंग बच्चे आइडेंटिफाई किए जिनके पास 2 व्हीलर हो और जो विलिंग हो कि ट्रांसपोर्ट करने के लिए, तो उनको हमने ट्रेन किया और ऐसे सारी प्रेग्नेंट वुमन को हम जो है पहले ही शिफ्ट कर देते थे, जिसके कारण 1000 से अधिक जो डिलीवरीज है होम डिलीवरीज हम कन्वर्ट करा पाए इनटू इंस्टीट्यूशनल डिलीवरीज। नेक्स्ट, एक पहुंच अभियान करके अभियान लॉन्च किया गया था। आप जब भी कोई भी स्कीम जब भी आती है नहीं आती है, तो आप देखेंगे कि जनरली बेनिफिशियरी ओरिएंटेड स्कीम में 3 चीज़ों की आवश्यकता होती है। आधार की, दूसरा होता है कि एक मध्य प्रदेश में यूनिक आईडी है समग्र, और तीसरा है बैंक अकाउंट नंबर। बैंक अकाउंट में विभिन्न प्रकार के इश्यूज आते हैं, जैसे कि डीबीटी एनेबल्ड नहीं होना, बैंक अकाउंट इनएक्टिव होना, तो सारे स्कीम्स में ये आता है और सारा अमला परेशान होता है। तो हमने फिर एक साथ ही पहुंच अभियान नाम का एक अभियान चलाया था, जिसमें केवल 3 चीज़ों के ऊपर फोकस किया। चाहे स्कीम कोई भी रहे, तो छोटे मोटे इशू होते हैं कि जैसे इंग्लिश में नाम किसी व्यक्ति का अलग है और आधार में नाम अलग है, तो ये घर घर पहुंच के हमने जो है हर व्यक्ति की, हर हाउस होल्ड की मार्किंग करके हमने इस डेटाबेस को करेक्ट किया और जिसका हमें स्कीम्स के सैचुरेशन में लाभ मिला। नेक्स्ट, ये कि प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना में एक मिशन आशियाना करके हमने नवाचार किया था। प्रधानमंत्री आवास के जो है टारगेट तो मिलते हैं, लेकिन काफ़ी ऐसी फैमिलीज होती है क्योंकि उसमें कंपलसरी है कि लैंड एंटाइटलमेंट होनी आवश्यक है। जब तक लैंड आपके नाम से नहीं होगा तब तक वहाँ जो है आपको सैंक्शन नहीं होगा आवास। तो एक हमारे यहाँ एक आशाग्राम ट्रस्ट की एक ज़मीन है जिसमें कुछ कुष्ठ रोगी रहते हैं और वो पुराने टाइम से 1980 में उनको छोटी छोटी झोपड़ियाँ मिली थी। आज की स्थिति में वो बहुत ही ख़राब स्थिति में आ गई थी। तो उनको हमने बेसिकली लैंड का एंटाइटलमेंट दिया, तो लगभग वहाँ 68 फैमिलीज है, तो उनके सारों के प्रधानमंत्री आवास वहाँ बन गए। तो उसकी ये फोटोग्राफ है। साथ में एक ऐसा गाँव था कि उस गांव में प्रधानमंत्री आवास तो सैंक्शन हुए थे, उसको एक बहुत ही डेरोगेटरी नेम था, उसको हगरिया फलिया नाम से जाना जाता था। तो वहाँ एक कुरुम सिंह नाम के एक ट्राइबल व्यक्ति थे, तो उन्होंने जो है लैंड डोनेट किया और उसमें हम जो है 22 लोगों को मकान दे पाए प्रधानमंत्री आवास। तो उस बस्ती का भी नाम चेंज करके फिर हमने रूपनगर, उसके नाम से रूपनगर किया गया। इसी प्रकार जो है वनाधिकारवाज चैलेंज, तो वनाधिकार में लगभग हमने 3032 के आसपास वनाधिकार के पट्टे दिए और बाकी भी जैसे अर्बन में भी लगभग 1000 के आसपास हमने पट्टे दिए, जिसके कारण प्रधानमंत्री आवास में भी हम सैचुरेट हो पाए। नेक्स्ट, ये मिशन ई गुरु है। मिशन ई गुरु का मकसद ये था कि नेटवर्क शैडो रीजन में जो स्कूल होते हैं, खासतौर पे 10वीं के जो स्कूल्स है, उसमें होता है कि एक तो टीचर्स जाते नहीं हैं या फिर टीचर जाते नहीं और नेटवर्क शैडो रीजन होने के कारण हम मॉनिटरिंग ही नहीं कर पाते। तो बेसिकली इंदौर में जो आकाश और बैजू क्लास चलता था, उनके साथ हमने थोड़ा टाइप किया और उनसे डाउनलोडेबल मटेरियल हमने लिया और वो उन स्कूल्स में बेसिकली दे दिया था। और वहाँ जो स्टूडेंट्स की तरफ से वॉलंटियर है, वो वॉलंटियर्स रखे थे कि सो दैट बिना नेटवर्क के बच्चों की टीचर जाएगा या नहीं जाएगा फिर भी बच्चे पढ़ाई कर सके। नेक्स्ट, ये फ्लाइट्स ऑफ स्पिरिट कॉर्नर नाम से कॉर्नर डेवलप किया था। आप ट्राइबल क्षेत्र में अगर जाएंगे तो ये देखने में मिलता है अमूमन कि जो बेसिकली गर्ल्स हैं, उनके हॉस्टल में या गर्ल्स की उपस्थिति आपको बहुत ज़्यादा प्रमाण में मिलेगी। लेकिन जब भी कोई फेस्टिवल सीजन आता है तो बच्चे जो एकदम से चले जाएंगे और आपको हॉस्टल सारे खाली मिलेंगे, क्योंकि बच्चों को कोई कुछ चीज़ें करने के लिए नहीं होती, वहाँ रिक्रिएशनल नहीं होता। तो इसलिए जो है हमने बेसिकली 3 एरिया आइडेंटिफाई किए थे, फिजिकल डेवलपमेंट, सोशल डेवलपमेंट एंड मेंटल डेवलपमेंट। तो ऐसे कॉर्नर सारे गर्ल्स हॉस्टल में हमने जो है बनाए, जिसमें लगभग 12,000 से अधिक बच्चियाँ पढ़ रही है। तो इसमें जैसे कराओ के सेट्स है, खासतौर पे ट्राइबल्स में अगर आप देखेंगे तो म्यूजिक और इस डांस आदि का बड़ा इंटरेस्ट होता है, तो ये सारे सेट्स दिए, स्पोर्ट्स की किट दी कि सो दैट जो है बच्चे खेल सके। नेक्स्ट, एक इशू ये था कि हमारे यहाँ सिकल सेल एनीमिया का काफ़ी जो है प्रतिशत है वहाँ, तो ब्लड की भी काफ़ी आवश्यकता होती है। तो जब डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल में मैं जाता था तब तक ये आता था कि ब्लड नहीं है, या कंप्लेंट आती थी ब्लड नहीं है, ब्लड डोनेशन करने के लिए कोई तैयार नहीं है। तो हमने फिर सारे लोगों से टाइप करके, सारे लोगों से सपोर्ट से एक मैसिव ब्लड डोनेशन कैंप आयोजित किया, जिसमें एक ही दिन में बड़वानी जैसे छोटे से शहर में 2100 लोगों ने ब्लड डोनेट किया। उसके बाद हमने जो है कैलेंडर एक फिक्स किया था, जिसमें कुछ NGOs की, कुछ लोगों की, कुछ अलग अलग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फिक्स की। तो उसके बाद जो है पिछले 2 सालों में कभी भी ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि हमारी ब्लड बैंक ड्राई हुई हो, तो ब्लड बैंक में 100% ब्लड अवेलेबल होता ही है। तो इसका भी एक वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड बना था, जो कि बेसिकली मीडियम जो शहर है उस कैटेगरी में गिनीज बुक में गया था। नेक्स्ट, ये बेसिकली ममता ब्रिगेड इज इनिशिएटिव बेसिकली ये है कि हेल्थ एंड एजुकेशन रिलेटेड जो इंडिकेटर्स हैं, उसमें बेसिकली दोनों डिपार्टमेंट के ग्राउंड लेवल फंक्शनरीज की भूमिका बहुत महत्वपूर्ण होती है। लेकिन ये देखने में आता है कि डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल से लेके विलेज लेवल तक ये दोनों फंक्शनरीज एक साथ नहीं बैठते कभी भी। तो हमने इंश्योर किया कि इनकी कॉमन बैठकें हो, उसका नाम हमने ममता ब्रिगेड रखा था, और उनकी जॉइंट मीटिंग अभी भी होती है और कंटिन्यूसली उसके कुछ पैरामीटर्स हमने सेट किए थे, उसका कुछ कैलेंडर फिक्स किया था, उसके कुछ फॉर्मेट फिक्स किए थे, जिसके कारण हमें मदद हुई। साथ साथ वैक्सीनेशन, जैसे मिशन इंद्रधनुष होता है तो वैक्सीनेशन और बाकी भी चीज़ें जब इम्पोर्टेंट कुछ स्कीम्स आती हैं सरकार की प्रायोरिटी की, तब वहाँ बेसिकली ट्रेडिशनल जो लीडर्स हैं उनको पटेल, पुजारा या तड़वी के नाम से जाना जाता था, उनकी खाटला बैठक नाम से बैठक आदि हम ऑर्गेनाइज करते। नेक्स्ट, ये मिशन न्यू एक इनिशिएटिव लिया गया था। मिशन न्यू का मतलब ये था कि हमारे जो आंगनवाड़ी सेंटर्स हैं, जिनके ऊपर हेल्थ और न्यूट्रिशन के इंडिकेटर्स हमारे काफ़ी महत्वपूर्ण होते हैं, तो केवल ये होता है कि खाना, बस बच्चे आते हैं, खाना बंटता है और बच्चे चले जाते हैं। तो इसमें ये किया था कि कुछ हम 2 वीडियोज भेजते थे बेसिकली। एक वीडियो जो है बेसिक मेंटल एक्टिविटी और दूसरा वीडियो रिगार्डिंग फिजिकल एक्टिविटी, और व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स के माध्यम से हम वीडियो भेजते थे एक दिन पहले, और दूसरे दिन जो है आंगनवाड़ी कार्यकर्ता का काम होता है था कि 2-2 मिनट की वीडियो वापस हमें सेंड करें। तो इसका काफ़ी अच्छा ये रहा और ज़िले में लगभग 1800 आंगनवाड़ी है, उसमें से ऑन एवरेज जो है 1600 आंगनवाड़ियों से प्रतिदिन हमारे पास वीडियो आते थे। नेक्स्ट, ये जो बेसिकली मेडिकल कैंप्स भी आइसोलेटेड जो एरियाज हैं उनमें क्लस्टर लेवल पे हमने मेडिकल कैंप्स हमने लगाए थे विद दी हेल्प ऑफ इंदौर के जो कमिश्नर सर हैं, और इंदौर से प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल से टीम आती थी और हेल्थ कैंप आदि करती थी। नेक्स्ट, इसका फायदा ये हुआ कि प्रधानमंत्री आवास अर्बन है, ग्रामीण है, उज्ज्वला स्कीम है, मातृवंदना योजना है, पीएम पोषण है, मुद्रा योजना है, केसीसी है, पीएम स्वनिधि है, आदि 8 स्कीम लगभग 100% हमारी सैचुरेट हो सकी। नेक्स्ट, जल जीवन मिशन में मैं इतना ही बताना चाहूँगा कि जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट के टारगेट्स थे वो लगभग 100% हमने किए थे। जो 40% का गैप था वो केवल ग्रुप हाउसिंग, ग्रुप मल्टी विलेज स्कीम का टारगेट जो है हमारा अभी चल रहा है, जो कि बेसिकली जल निगम की तरफ से किया जाएगा। और जो 2 साल की अवधि थी उस अवधि में हमने लगभग 1,40,000 कनेक्शंस दिए। नेक्स्ट, प्रधानमंत्री आवास जो ग्रामीण था, ग्रामीण में हमने लगभग 3,000 लोगों को, जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि वन अधिकार हमने दिया था। साथ में कुछ जो फलियाँ होती है, आइसोलेटेड फलियाँ जो लोग रहते हैं, वहाँ एक कॉस्टिंग का इशू आता है हर बार कि कॉस्टिंग ज़्यादा होती है, तो कॉमन पुलिंग हमने की रिगार्डिंग जैसे कि रेत है, गिट्टी है, जिसके कारण हम कॉस्टिंग बचा सके। और एक माइग्रेशन एक बहुत बड़ी समस्या थी कि माइग्रेशन के कारण जो है लोग पैसा न खर्च कर ले, या फिर दूसरे जो सामाजिक आयोजन है, शादी है या मृत्यु भोज है आदि पे पैसा न खर्च कर ले, इसलिए जो है पटेल पुजारा इनकी भी हमें मदद लेनी पड़ी, जिसका फ़ायदा ये रहा है कि हमारा जो कंप्लीशन रेट है प्रधानमंत्री आवास का वो 96% रहा हमारा। नेक्स्ट, प्रधानमंत्री आवास अर्बन के बारे में मैं ऑलरेडी बता चुका हूँ, खासतौर पे आशाग्राम ट्रस्ट और रूपनगर के बारे में। नेक्स्ट, मिशन इंद्रधनुष जो है, मिशन इंद्रधनुष में हमें ये करना पड़ा कि हाउस टू हाउस सर्वे बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, और जब तक हाउस टू हाउस सर्वे नहीं होगा और आइसोलेटेड फैमिली आइडेंटिफाई नहीं होगी तो उसकी काफ़ी रिगरस हमने मॉनिटरिंग की। सेशन साइट्स जो है ये भी करना पड़ा कि सेशन साइट्स काफ़ी लोगों के फलियों में घर पे लगाने पड़े। और एक चैलेंज एक आता था कि जब भी कोई भी एएनएम जाती है हर इंडिविजुअल सेशन के लिए, तो उसको ना काफ़ी कुछ सामान लेके जाना पड़ता है। तो कुछ सामान ऐसा होता है जैसे कि कॉटन सैप्स है या फिर कुछ मेडिसिन है कि जो बार बार कैरी करने की आवश्यकता नहीं, तो हमने कुछ कॉर्नर्स कुछ फलियों में ही बना दिए परमानेंटली, कि यानी इंडिविजुअल लोगों के घर में, कि सो दैट वहाँ जो है आंगनवाड़ी कार्यकर्ता या एएनएम जो है वो जाए और उसको सामान कैरी करने की आवश्यकता न पड़े। नेक्स्ट, आयुष्मान भारत में मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि हाउस टू हाउस सर्वे और बाकी चीज़ों के कारण जो है 2 साल के टेन्योर में हमने लगभग 4.5 लाख से अधिक आयुष्मान कार्ड हमने बनाए। नेक्स्ट, उज्ज्वला योजना का भी हमारा कवरेज 95% है, और उज्ज्वला योजना में हम ये भी कह सकते हैं कि जो रिफिल का प्रतिशत है हमारा गैस सिलेंडर के रिफिल का, वो साल में 4 से अधिक गैस सिलेंडर का है। तो ये भी काफ़ी सक्सेसफुल रहा, और कारण ये था कि जो हमारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट जो है एसएचजी में जो है 100% सैचुरेटेड है। तो एसएचजी की जो महिलाएं हैं उसमें से हमने एक दीदी आइडेंटिफाई की थी, उसको हम उज्ज्वला दीदी कहते थे, और उसका एक काम था कि जैसे गैस सिलेंडर की बुकिंग करना है या फिर रिफिलिंग के लिए कोई भी मदद जो भी लगेगी उसके लिए मदद करना है, तो ये उसका काम था। साथ में गैस वितरण एजेंसी जो है आइसोलेटेड जो डिसेंट्रलाइज गैस वितरण एजेंसी जो है सैंक्शन की गई, और उसके रूट्स भी हमने निर्धारित किए। नेक्स्ट, प्रधानमंत्री स्वनिधि योजना में भी हमारा जो है लक्ष्य ऑलमोस्ट कंप्लीट हो गया है, और इसमें भी यही स्ट्रेटेजी थी कि सारे लोगों की मार्किंग, इंडिविजुअल मार्किंग करके उनको बेनिफिट दिया गया। नेक्स्ट, मातृवंदना योजना भी लगभग 3 साल से हमारा 100% टारगेट हमारा कंप्लीट हो चुका है। उसमें जो है पहुंच अभियान जो मैंने कहा था कि घर घर जाके जब तक हम सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स उनके करेक्ट नहीं करेंगे तब तक नहीं होता है, तो उसका हमें फ़ायदा मिला। नेक्स्ट, विश्वकर्मा योजना नई स्कीम आई थी, उसमें लगभग 32,000 आवेदन प्राप्त हुए थे, उसका भी 100% हमारा सत्यापन हो चुका है। और इसमें जो है क्योंकि वाद विवाद होते हैं जनरली, और सरपंच जो होता है वो सरपंच का सत्यापन करने का दायित्व होता है बेसिकली, और उसमें वाद विवाद होता है कि ट्रेडिशनल बेसिकली काम करने वाले कौन लोग हैं, तो इसमें हमने पटेल, पुजारा और तड़वी आदि की हमने मदद ली, जिसके कारण वाद विवाद आदि नहीं हुए। नेक्स्ट, मुद्रा योजना में भी जो है हमारा टारगेट 100% हुआ था, लगभग 55,000 लोगों को हमने इसका लाभ दिया था। और ख़ासतौर पे जो सामाजिक सुरक्षा योजनाएं जैसे जीवन ज्योति बीमा योजना है, प्रधानमंत्री सुरक्षा बीमा योजना है, इसका भी हमने कंपलसरी लिंकेज कराया। और इन सारी योजना का मैंने जो देखा है कि हम लिंकेज तो करा देते हैं, लेकिन जो क्लेम का सेटलमेंट होता है वो नहीं होता। तो हम जो है अब ये जो इनके क्लेम सेटल करना है तो उसकी भी जो डीएलसीसी मीटिंग है या बीएलसीसी मीटिंग है उस पर मॉनिटरिंग करते थे कि कितने लोगों ने क्लेम्स के लिए आवेदन दिया और कितने क्लेम सेटल हुए, और बैंक्स के ऊपर कंटिन्यूस मॉनिटरिंग करके लाभ देते थे, जिसका भी काफ़ी फायदा हुआ। साथ में जो आजीविका मिशन की दीदियाँ थी उनको भी इसका मुद्रा योजना का लाभ दिया गया। नेक्स्ट, प्रधानमंत्री पोषण अभियान में जो है,
प्लीज कंक्लूड है क्विकली।
यस सर। जैसे कि मैं बता चुका हूँ कि नीति आयोग से राशि मिली, उसका भी लाभ हुआ। एक एडाप्टिन आंगनवाड़ी प्रोग्राम चला था, उसका भी लाभ हुआ। नेक्स्ट, किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड स्कीम में भी पशुपालन और मत्स्य पालन के हमारे 100% जो है सैचुरेशन हो चुका है। और जो बेसिकली एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में जो है उसमें भी लगभग 80% किसानों को हम केसीसी का लाभ दिया। इनफैक्ट पशुपालन में आपको बताना चाहूँगा कि एक व्यक्ति तो ऐसा निकला कि जिसने 1 करोड़ से अधिक अमाउंट का लाभ लिया, और उसको देखा देखी जो है 8 लोग और उसमें आए। नेक्स्ट, थैंक यू।
Thank you, Rahul. Now we have come to close the session. So now I'll hand over this to the next year.
Thank you so much, panel. May I request Dr. Shinde, esteemed Director, DRPG, to please join us on stage and present small tokens of gratitude to the esteemed chairperson and the speakers. That was yet another absolutely thought-provoking session on how hard work, love for people has resulted in initiatives that has been honored by Honorable Prime Minister himself. Can we have a round of applause for the panelists and esteemed chairperson for sharing his thoughts and experiences with us, so wonderfully chairing this session. Thank you so much, sir. Presenting honors, Dr. Tushavas Shinde, esteemed Director, DRPG. These small tokens of love from the host team will remind the dignitaries of this day and our love for them and how much their presence means to us at this 2-day National Conference on Good Governance Practices. Thank you so much, speakers, and special thanks to esteemed chairperson. Ladies and gentlemen, give us a couple of minutes to set the stage for the next technical session.
conference on good governance practices. This session is going to be about the good work being done in the state of Odisha. We have 4 speakers from Odisha who will present about the good work being done by them. We have Dr. Pradeep Kumar Raut, CEO, Odisha Computer Application Center. He will be presenting about our Odisha's own file management system, which is called OSWAS. We have Ms. Monisha Banerjee, Director Social Welfare. She will be presenting on the implementation of Subhadra scheme, which was recently launched last year. It was a very challenging task to implement the scheme on such a large scale. So a lot of coordination was involved, so she'll be talking about it. We have Shri Kirti Vasan, Collector Koraput, under whose leadership Koraput district received the prestigious PM's award in the holistic development of districts category. So he'll be talking about the work done in his district. We have Shri Manoj Satyavan Mahajan, Collector Sundargarh district. Sundargarh has done a lot of good work in solid waste management, plastic waste management. So he'll be talking about it. So without taking much time, I'll request all speakers to complete within 15 to 20 minutes. We have a tight schedule. So first I'll request Dr. Raut to make his presentation.
Respected Chair, senior officers from DRPG, senior officers from the Odisha government, participants from various states, good morning to you all. As the session chair already deliberated, this would be the Odisha's first initiative of e-office system in the state. The journey starts much before 2007, and we have able to implement it from 2013. The basic objective of the system is to make all government offices paperless and to bring all functioning into one platform. That is the objective of the system. And second, end-to-end automation of all processes, starting from DAC processing to the letter disposal. And its coverage starts from government secretariat to the directorate, all public sector undertakings, universities, districts. Now we are targeting the sub-districts, subdivisions and blocks also. Now, if you look at the efficiency and efficacy, this seamless integration among all department, referral department, inter-departments and inside functioning. Even district to block, district to state, all are seamless integration. So during the last 2013 to 25, we have processed around 2 million files in the system successfully. And almost 15 million DACs have been processed. If you look at the journey, we have started the initiative 2007. We have learned from Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh. We have visited various states. Then the best practices we have collected and developed our own system in technical support of TCS, Tata Consultancy Services. And actual go live started in 2008 in some of the departments. Yesterday, Sri S.N. Tripathi was here. Actually, he played a pivotal role. His department, rural development, was the first to initiate OSWAS in the state. And from RD, actually, other departments started following, like IT and others started following from RD department. Then during 2013, all offices of the state secretariat were automated. All 40 departments, 5,000 users were there. This was the OSWAS 1.0. Then we have migrated to OSWAS 2.0 in 2017, and their users, now we are on OSWAS 2.0 platform. We are having 1,100 offices covered, and around 25,000 users are there. So here, actually this, from the OSWAS 2.1.0, it was on Oracle database. Then we have now moved to open source database model, where we are using MySQL system, and which is database agnostic and web responsive also. We have introduced Aadhaar-based digital signature system. SMS and emails have been integrated to the system. Then we have local language compatibility. We have integrated with Vassini empaneled Ribery system, where we have the speech-to-text language translation, so that one user can easily convert from Odia to English and English to Odia. And looking at the implementation, Honorable High Court has also desired that all the High Courts, High Court and District Courts, even lower courts, to be under similar platforms. So OSWAS have been implemented in High Courts and other judicial courts also. Then in the phase 2, we have migrated to, we have gone ahead with district levels. So now all the police districts, police establishment, High Court and Collectorate have been integrated to OSWAS. Now, as per our instruction, means government decision, Chief Secretary is very keen that in order to deliver all government services in a time-bound manner, OSWAS is very much important. So OSWAS has to be implemented up to GP and RI office level. That is the challenge before us now. So now in 4 districts, we have already implemented OSWAS up to block level. Now from by 15th August, our target is we will complete 23 districts in the state up to block level. Then by end of this year, we will go to GP and RI office level. As you all know, Revenue Inspector Office and GP Office are cutting level offices. Actually, most of the public service are being delivered at those levels. So our government is very keen to go up to that level. Though we are facing some challenges like connectivity, but still we are trying to face the challenge and do the implementation and go up to GP level by this year end. Next slide, please. So if you look at the key features is Odia language implementation. Our government is very keen actually to move all files in Odia language. So now we need to support local language for all the users. So very frequently they are using text-to-speech in most of the offices now in the state. So now third-party integration system means it is integrated with e-dispatch. So every letter after signed by the system is linked to e-dispatch or automatically dispatched to different systems. It is also integrated with Office 365, where we have MS Team, and in a cloud-based approach, all updated versions of MS Office is available to all the users. So no individual user is required to go for any updated version or to procure any Microsoft Office. So now we have the features of MIS and dashboard. If time permits, in the close of the session, I will request my technical support unit to make a presentation, live presentation of the OSWAS application to the House also. And if you look at the security and remote access, we have the VPN system for outside users. Most of the users are inside, means either they are in Secretariat LAN or under OSWAS or MPLS system. If anybody accessing outside, they has to come through VPN for security compliance. Next, please. So these are the users. As of now, 1138 offices have been covered, and 25,000 plus users are there. Like you see, already in 4 districts, 70 blocks tahsils have been covered. District offices, 155 offices. PSU and other local bodies, around 2626. Police establishment, most of the police establishments are covered under OSWAS. And universities, you know, all 16 public universities are covered. Along with that, all the regional directors have been covered under OSWAS also. Next, please. So this is our graph. And by end of this year, we are hoping that we will be reaching to 10,000 offices of the state with more than 50,000 users. Next, please. So access and connectivity, if you look at all the users inside Secretariat are under SECLAN. We have extended Secretariat LAN also to all state level offices. They are accessing from Secretariat data center, and all other offices in the states are mostly under OSWAN platform, and outside, when somebody is going outside state or outside country, they can access the system using VPN on a 24/7 basis. Next. So these are the impacts. If you look at reduction in the file cycle time, it is almost 70% there is a reduction, and papers, a lot have been saved. A reduction of manual register entries, because centralized, when you are naming any files or any numbers you use, it is automatic and very fast, access is very fast, and it had the system of online MS Team meetings, and through e-sign and e-sign you can sign the proceedings and letters. These are the advantages. Most important advantages is you can access this 24/7 and anytime, anywhere basis. We have seen the result in during the COVID time, where everybody accessed the system and done all the office work remotely, sitting at home. Next, please. So this is the roadmap. I have already. It is all offices up to GP level to be covered under one platform, that is OSWAS, by end of this year. Expected users should be 60,000, all will be on single platform. And our draft creation, summarization, speech to text, NMT, and RPA use would be there. So GNAI implementation we have already started. We hope that by end of this year we will be able to create this system using AI. Then RPA, automation for intelligence. You see nowadays a lot of files are, letters are coming even after they are lying at DAC level. So CS has reviewed frequently. They want that all the files which are not attended, all the DACs, important DACs which are not attended by the officers or the staff, immediately its auto file should be created and it should move to the next higher level. Suppose ASO is not creating the file, it should go directly to the SO level, so that citizens should not suffer. That is DAC2 file creation and auto escalation. This has already started, and now government has taken decision, if somebody is not attending a file for more than 7 days, it will be auto escalated to the next higher level. And this will be monitored, and this will be linked to their PAR also in future. So somebody is deliberately keeping the files and disposing not in time, it will be reflected in their performance appraisal also. Next. I think this is all about for OSWAS, and thank you for giving me time for presentation.
We'll show demo. We can show a demo if you like. No.
Sir?
Demo? You want to
demo,
show?
Sir, after the session, we will make the demo. Now they will be keeping it ready,
Sure,
sir.
sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Raut, for the engaging presentation. OSWAS platform is a very user-friendly platform, so much so that now we have started disposing files on our mobile phones. We don't even need laptops for that. So thank you, Dr. Raut. Now I'll request Ms. Monisha Banerjee, Director Social Welfare, for her presentation on Subhadra scheme implementation.
Respected seniors, esteemed guests, friends and colleagues, good morning to all of you, and thank you for this opportunity to present before you our flagship scheme, Subhadra. Next slide, please. The scheme was formally launched on 17th of September 2024 in a grand function by our Honorable Prime Minister. On the very day of launch, more than 25 lakh women have received 1,250 crores directly into their bank accounts. The scheme envisages a total outlay of 55,825 crores over a period of 5 years. Under Subhadra, the beneficiaries are in the age group of 21 to 60 years. Over a period of 5 years, each one of them will receive 50,000 rupees every year in 2 installments of 5,000 each. The installments shall be given out on the day of Rakhi Purnima and on the day of International Women's Day. Already, more than 1 crore women have received their benefits directly into the bank accounts. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Subhadra, as we see it, is a scheme not only for giving out financial benefits to women, but it has a more holistic approach. We want to enhance the economic and social status of women, promote financial independence, provide a financial safety net to the families, and through this, it is expected that there will be improved health outcomes, improved nutritional security, and also a better support to the educational systems available with the families. Next slide, please. The planning stage of this scheme was very, very crucial because it is one of the biggest schemes that has been launched by the government. We had a very short time to actually plan the policy and deliver it, and therefore, and we also had to cover the entire state because the age group that we had selected, it meant that almost every family in the state will have an eligible lady. During this process, more than 150 meetings, consultations, stakeholder participation consultations have been done from the grassroots panchayat levels to the district levels up to the state level. We have taken feedback directly from the citizens, and those suggestions given by the citizen groups and the representatives have been factored in while we were formulating the policy. Throughout this process, we have been guided by an empowered committee of ministers, which was headed directly by the Honorable Chief Minister. The Honorable Deputy Chief Minister has played a very important role in this process, along with our respected Chief Secretary and DC Madam. Our partners in this endeavor have been the State-Level Bankers Committee, NPCI from Government of India, our IT department, our OCAC organization, and of course the civil society organizations through which the outreach programs had been taken up. The focus had been a participatory approach in decision making, ensuring the entire process is transparent and accountable, interdepartmental convergence, and maximum use of technology, at the same time also taking care of the local sensitivities while rolling out the program. Next slide, please. These are some of the photographs of the various meetings that have taken place from time to time. Next slide, please. Coming to the implementation part, it had several stages to it, from distribution of forms to collection, digitization, and then selecting the beneficiaries out of the applicants. The distribution of form was a physical one where more than 1 lakh Anganwadi workers and helpers have distributed the forms free of cost directly at the doorstep of the beneficiaries. The forms were collected and digitized at our common service centers and Mo Seva Kendras. More than 31,000 common service centers and more than 9,000 Mo Seva Kendras were involved in this. The forms, as soon as they were received at these centers, were immediately digitized. And for this purpose, an integrated portal with the help of our OCAC unit of Government of Odisha was developed, which is called the Subhadra portal. Every beneficiary had to undergo eKYC using a biometric system or a facial recognition. And the portal had access to existing government databases in Aadhaar, in income tax, in our own portals of Krushak Odisha, in our food safety portals, and the Vahan portals. The purpose of having access to these databases was that the beneficiary eligibility was cross-checked directly from the existing databases without having to go door to door for physical verification for people who are existing in these databases. This has helped us in very quickly identifying a large number of beneficiaries in a very transparent and accountable manner. Next, please. Once the beneficiaries were identified, the payment has gone directly into their bank accounts using the APBS system and the CBDC systems introduced by RBI. The CBDC system was used in Odisha for the first time through this scheme. There were also applicants who were not present in the existing government databases, and for them, field-level inquiries were designed. For this purpose, mobile-based application linked to the portal was designed and it was implemented. And through these mobile-based applications, every application that is verified in the field is tracked. The process is mapped, and it is done in a very transparent manner. Even the beneficiaries can log in into the portal, and they can see the status of their application up to the time the benefit is actually credited to their account. Next, please. The success, the efficiency, and the timely disbursal of the benefits under this scheme depend totally on the technology infrastructure that has been created for it. Here are some of the photos of the application forms, the mobile interface, and the portal that we have. In addition to this, we have a call center which is called Kuho Subhadra. This is manned by our call center operators, and any beneficiary or any common citizen can reach out to the Kuho Subhadra portal, the Kuho Subhadra helpline, and ask about any benefits or any queries that they have. In addition to this, there are help desks in every CDPO office where 2 personnels man these help desks, and they are accessible to any person having any query or any doubt regarding their benefit. Next, please. The success of any scheme depends on a robust IEC strategy that is adopted to disseminate information. For this scheme also, a whole-of-government approach and a 360-degree model for IEC was adopted. To begin with, a toll-free helpline number 14678 was launched. It was manned and managed by OCAC. During the initial phases, we have received almost 80,000 calls every day, and those calls have been answered and the queries have been settled by the team who were working in the call center. Subsequently, Kuho Subhadra, like I have already mentioned, it was launched, and even Kuho Subhadra has handled almost 7,500 calls on a daily basis during the initial phases of the scheme. We have done massive capacity building and sensitization of our Anganwadi workers, the common service center operators, as well as the Mo Seva Kendra operators, because they were the first interface where the beneficiaries were interacting and the beneficiaries were coming in touch with the scheme. The 360-degree campaign involved a tagline which is called Ghare Ghare Subhadra, which translates into Subhadra in every house. It was a very apt tagline because every house does have a Subhadra. Whether they receive the benefit or not, every lady in Odisha is empowered. We want to see them empowered, and we treat them as the goddess. Subhadra Sachetanata Rath was flagged off by the Honorable CM. It has moved in every Gram Panchayat and has helped us in disseminate information about the scheme. Hoardings, radios, TV spots, social media, newspapers, bus queue shelters, and even buses were used for IEC campaigns. We have had Padyatras, we have done Pathaprantha Sabhas and awareness drives by our women self-help groups and the Anganwadi Didis. The day we reached 1 crore, we crossed 1 crore, a Dvipa Prajalana was done by the beneficiaries, where all our beneficiaries have lit a diya in their respective homes or in their community spaces, and it was a beautiful program. We have ensured that nobody is left out. We have ensured that every village is receiving the applications and is also submitting the applications. The tribal areas, the remote areas, the LWE affected areas, everyone has been covered. We go, looking at the figures, we see around 41% of the beneficiaries belong to the SC and ST communities, and around 2% are differently abled. Special arrangements were also made for areas having limited digital connectivities. Next, please. These are some of the photographs of the IEC activities that we had undertaken. You can see the Rathos, the Padyatras being done, and also one picture of the Deepa Prajalana that I just talked about. Next, please. Subhadra, when it was launched, there was an apprehension, there was some feedback from some quarters that this money in the hands of women directly is going to result mainly in consumerism. They'll end up buying lipsticks and powders and nail polishes maybe. But when we went to the beneficiaries, we took a feedback. We have seen the scheme transforming lives. And we have seen these stories from across the state. We have our tribal sisters who have bought goats. We have our sisters in the coastal areas who have improved their business. Many, many ladies have invested the money in expanding whatever little business they were doing. Many have invested it in starting something new that they had always dreamt of. Many of them have used this money to support the education, the tuition fees, the books of their children. Next, please. Going forward, we are also going to undertake impact assessment of the scheme through 2 ways. One is called Subhadra Samikhya, which is a collaboration between the WCD department, the IIM Sambalpur, and Higher Education Department, where the trained volunteers from Higher Education Department will be interviewing around 22,000 beneficiaries across the state. This has already been rolled out as a pilot in 2 districts, Kendrapada and Bhadrak. They will be taking a feedback from the beneficiaries directly as to how this has impacted their lives and how they plan to use the money. The impact assessment by IIPA New Delhi has a broader ambit, and it will be covering a greater part of the state. Here we want to understand how the targeting and the beneficiary coverage has been. Of course, financial impact is a part of the study again. We also want to identify the challenges and get suggestions on how we improve on better service delivery of this scheme. We also want to assess the accessibility and the user-friendliness of the portal. Next, please. I'll rest my presentation here with the last thought that Subhadra is not only a money doling out scheme, it is a scheme which transforms lives. And going forward, we want to train, upskill, and empower our women further so that they can be financially independent, economically empowered, and play a very, very vital role in the future of their families and the future of the state. Thank you.
Thank you, Monisha, for your excellent presentation. Subhadra scheme is indeed transforming lives of women across the state, making them self-dependent. And as was mentioned by Monisha, the money they are receiving, they are actually putting it to very good use, which is empowering them in many ways. So thank you so much for the presentation. Now I'll request Shri Kirti Vasan, Collector Koraput, to present his PM award winning work in Koraput district.
Respected Chair, senior officials from Government of India and Government of Odisha, colleagues from across the country, and esteemed panel members and media friends, a very good afternoon to one and all present here. I'll be making a brief presentation on the initiatives that we have taken as a part of the PM Awards for Excellence in Public Administration under the Holistic Development of Districts category. In addition to that, I will also be briefly talking about various initiatives and best practices of Koraput district. The title slide that you see here, we call it the bamboo ride. So these craft items have been handicrafted by bamboo artisans who were trained under PM Vishwakarma Yojana. And this shows the kind of expertise and the aspirations that the people in a remote tribal district of Odisha, they hold amongst themselves. Next slide, please. So this is a brief overview about Koraput district. Koraput by area is the 3rd largest district of Odisha, but by population we are the 15th populous. More than 1/3 of our area is forested, and the highest peak of Odisha, Devmali, is located in the Eastern Ghats in Koraput district. We have a 50% plus tribal population, and the literacy rate is as low as 49.2% as per the census data of 2011. And more than 80% of the population reside in the rural areas. So we have a huge dependency on agriculture and other rural-based livelihoods. Koraput also has a decent mining deposit of bauxite and limestone, and Nalco, they have their biggest alumina refinery in Koraput. And Koraput is a part of the Aspirational Districts program, and 2 of our blocks are part of the Aspirational Blocks program. And the district also holds the unique distinction of being recognized as a globally important agricultural heritage system, one among the 3 in the entire country. Next slide, please. So I'll be talking about 3 of the 11 flagship schemes of Government of India, under which Koraput district has achieved near saturation, and the best practices in these schemes. The first one being Mission Indradhanush. Next slide. So under Mission Indradhanush, Koraput has achieved a near saturation through a variety of initiatives. We started something called vaccination invitation cards, which were given to the parents to explain them about the date and time and the venue by when their child is to be vaccinated. And the community staffs were provided with Pico projectors, which is a handheld small projection device which was used to explain the ill effects of not getting vaccinated. And in the tribal areas, earlier we used to find a huge reluctance to get vaccinated because there was huge dependency on the local tribal traditional healers. So we took them into confidence, we made them a part of the campaign, and they were termed as Indradhanush champions. And through these traditional healers, we reached out to the community to encourage more and more people to come forward for the vaccination drives. And we also used local folk songs in the local Desiya dialect to disseminate and sensitize the beneficiaries towards the benefits of vaccination. Next. And once we achieved a significant progress of saturating beneficiaries, we observed a few children were still left out, either because of the geographical remoteness to reach their habitations, or a few families were seen to have migrated outside and we could not vaccinate them. So for those with geographical remoteness, we sent our medical teams through boats and other mechanisms to reach out to them at their doorstep, and vaccination was conducted at the doorstep. And for those beneficiaries who had migrated out of the district, a dedicated call center was opened to call and follow up with them, and they were motivated to get their children vaccinated in the nearest health facility wherever they were located. So coming to the next scheme, which is PMAY Gramin. Next slide, please. Next slide, yeah. So we initiated a local initiative called Mo Adarsh Garo, which is my model house, under which convergence of all the available schemes were ensured. Like IHHL under SBM is definitely given, and electricity connection under Saubhagya Yojana. We also ensured that all the beneficiaries get pension ration cards, 95 days percentage under Narega, LPG connection under Ujjwala, land patta for landless under a state government scheme called Vasundhara Yojana, and piped water supply under Jal Jeevan Mission. So we gave all the beneficiaries a Mo Adarsh Ghar Khata, which is a booklet which explains about all the benefits that a RH beneficiary is eligible to avail. So he knows how big a house he is supposed to construct, what is the amount that he is going to get, the number of percentage and what amount he would get out of Narega, and all other schemes which he could avail as a part of this scheme. So once we started giving out these booklets to everyone were aware of the benefits that they can avail, and a lot of mobilization was seen in the field, and we could saturate a good number of houses under PMAY Gramin. Next. So I would be talking about Rural Industrial Park Initiative towards the later portion of my presentation. So fly ash bricks are manufactured by SHG groups in Koraput. We get fly ash for free from NALCO, and we've invested in the Rural Industrial Park where the bricks are manufactured. And these bricks are utilized for construction of houses because Koraput, because of its geography, we face difficulty in getting the raw materials for construction of any civil infrastructure. And sand banks were also established in coordination with the Tahsildars and BDOs, where the beneficiaries could purchase sand at a very minimal cost. And for construction of IHHL, precast cement slabs were utilized. Next. And we also had a dearth of masons for constructing houses. So we identified clusters where we were undertaking training of PM Vishwakarma for masonry. So those masons were tied up with PMAY beneficiaries, and a cluster housing approach was also adopted. And for landless beneficiaries, land patta was given under state government scheme called Vasundhara Yojana. And Vasundhara colonies were prepared where the peripheral infrastructure was given out of DMF, CSR and other locally available funds. Next, please. So the third scheme that I would be talking about is Sakhyam Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0. Next. So again, from one of our rural industrial park, we supply millet-based snacks items and millet products to the Anganwadi beneficiaries, to the children in the Anganwadis. And nutrition at the doorstep is another initiative through which Poshan Vatikas were developed at the household level in convergence with NRLM as well as NREGA funds. And child-friendly spaces, model Anganwadis were also constructed across the district. Next. So our local SHGs were trained and they were given the task of providing uniforms to all the Anganwadis and our school children, which again improved their own livelihoods as well as it had a good impact on the disposable income of the family, which they could spend on the health and education of the children. And Sam and Ma'am children were identified and they were taken to the NRCs. And at the NRCs, we kind of found a little reluctance among the beneficiaries to stay there because the mother, since she has to stay there, her livelihood was getting affected. So out of DMF, we've started topping up the wage loss allowance that was being provided to the mothers of the children who were staying in the NRCs. So as on date, we provide 200 rupees wage loss compensation to the mothers of the children who stay in our NRCs. Next, please. Now I would briefly be talking about the district level innovations. The first one being Janmashri. Next slide. So this is an improvisation of initiatives that were taken in other districts of the state like Sundargarh and Ganjam, where under Pradhan Mantri PM SMA, the pregnant women are provided with free ultrasound scans free of cost. So the issue with Koraput was we did not have any private player who could support us in this initiative. So, and we also do not have a sufficient number of doctors who are trained in USG scanning. So we identified locations, especially all our CHCs were designated as scan centers, and out of CSR and DMF funds, we have procured USG machines for all these CHCs. And with the limited availability of doctors, we have tagged available doctors with all the CHCs, and as on date, we have started weekly one session at all the CHCs where the pregnant women would be mobilized for a free scan. And this scan initiative will be provided to them one per trimester, and as per the requirement and recommendation of the doctors, the scan numbers can also go up. So the current MMR of Koraput as on 24-25 was 125, which is quite high, but a bit lower than the state average. And the major reasons for MMR was found to be anemia and IUDs, which arose because of poor nutritional conditions. Next slide. So this mobile app that we have designed would provide a end-to-end maternal and antenatal health tracking mechanism. And the app would closely monitor all pregnancies that would be designated as high risk. And high-risk pregnancies, we categorize them into two types. One, because of their geographical remoteness, whichever pregnant women would be located in a hard-to-reach area, she would also be categorized as high-risk, and all protocol for high-risk pregnancies would be ensured for such women, as well as the high-risk pregnancies that arise out of medical conditions. And Koraput also being endemic for sickle cell anemia, a special strategy for sickle cell patients is also being thought of, and additional nutrition support is being provided under this initiative. And women with anemia and other low health parameters, they would also be mobilized for a inpatient treatment of around 10 to 15 days to improve their health conditions based on the doctor's recommendation. Next, please. And the app also automatically integrates the high-risk pregnant cases with our Ma Gruhas, which are our maternity waiting homes. 15 to 20 days prior to the expected date of delivery, the high-risk pregnant women would be mobilized to all these Ma Gruho, and the system would automatically inform us when a pregnant woman is to be mobilized, and it would also ensure that the woman is mobilized, and the system has mechanisms in place to notify the district administration if any any high-risk pregnant case has not been mobilized as on date. And even here, we are providing a wage loss compensation of 100 rupees per day for the time period during which the pregnant woman will be mobilized to a Magruha. Next, please. So these are the rough projections for this year. This is a very recent initiative. It is hardly, we are 3 months into the initiative, and this is the number of around 1 lakh scans are expected to be conducted during this ongoing year. And we have ensured sufficient infrastructure in all the government facilities available in the district. Next, please. So these are other initiatives that, that has helped improve farm-based livelihood, strawberry and other high-value crops. Next. So strawberry, which was piloted during my predecessor's tenure, it was taken up and we saw a rapid expansion, and we have reached up to 50 hectares this year. And it gives a very good return of around 6.5 lakh per hectare, though it is a very technical crop, but farmers are highly interested in taking it up. And it has, we have also seen a good impact on reduction in distress migration during the lean season in particular. Otherwise, we are very highly dependent on paddy as a major crop. During the lean season, strawberry comes in as a savior to provide enhanced farm-based livelihoods. Next, please. So the other crops that we have taken up in collaboration with ICAR is mentha and chamomile, which are again very particular, very technical crops which require particular knowledge. So through the support of these technical organizations, we are able to provide a good support to our tribal farmers. And we've also seen a success in these initiatives, and we are going for huge scale replication of these crops. Next, please. Next. So Koraput coffee has been doing the rounds of late, and Koraput being located very close to the Araku Valley, we have a geographical advantage of growing coffee, and we've, though we are late to the race, but we have a good coverage of coffee under our coffee mission. And we have a Koraput Coffee Development Trust being chaired by the collector in the district, and every year we do a plantation of 4,000 to 5,000 hectares of shade and 1,000 hectares of coffee. Coffee being a long gestation crop, it requires at least 5 to 6 years of time for the fruits to come. So what we do is the tribal farmers, they, because of their smaller land holdings, they are not very much particular or interested in taking up coffee in their private farms. So the district administration from 2017-18, they had started this concept called tree patta, under which the barren government lands are planted with coffee, and we provide the tree pattas to the local tribal farmers to the scale of 1 to 2 hectares, depending on the number of families residing there. So they have the rights over the trees, not on the land, but the rights over the trees are heritable, and they can pluck the fruits and supply it to our procurement mechanism. We also have a state agency called Tribal Development Corporation, TDCOL, who procure coffee from these farmers, and we have a network of Koraput Coffee Cafe network for which the coffee is being procured and supplied. Next, please. So the current coverage is around 7,000 to 8,000 hectares under shade and around 5,000 hectares of coffee, which is being rapidly improved. The state government, after the success of this initiative in Koraput, they've come up with an initiative called Coffee Plantation for Sustainable Livelihoods, which is a statewide scheme right now, and the coffee initiative is being replicated in the other districts of the state as well. Next slide. So this was an initiative that we took up recently because we found an issue of not having proper records or continuity in the plantation process, because we'll have to plant the shade, which is generally silver oak. We plant silver oak across a patch of land. So we leave it under maintenance for 3 years. Once the silver oak has grown, we will go for plantation of coffee. So we did not have a digital database where we could find where our plantations are. So in order to do away with that challenge, we've introduced an app called Coffee Mapper app, which was launched by Honorable Chief Minister in December 2024. So here the plantation areas are geotagged, geofenced, and the KML maps are generated. And we also have the feature of recording photographs of all the corner points so that we know what is the status of growth of trees. And during periodical maintenance also, the photographs are collected. And the system using AI language, it assesses the quality of the growth, and it provides us with information regarding any measures that is to be taken for improving the plantations. Next. So talking about rural industrial parks, there is a small video that I would like to play. I would request the technical team to play video number 1, please.
The rural industrial parks in Koraput have been launched with a prime motive to convert LWE hotbeds into development hotspots. The idea behind the industrial parks is to convert government buildings into thriving development hubs where the local SHGs come together to take up different developmental activities.
ମୋ ନାଁ ଯୁକ୍ତି ମାଝୀ ମୁଁ ଘରେ ରହିକି ସିଲଉଥିଲି ହେଲେ ବି ଆମେ ବହୁତ ଅସୁବିଧାରେ ଥିଲୁ ତାପରେ ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଜାଣିଲି କୋଟପାଡ଼ରେ ସୁଦକ୍ଷା କେନ୍ଦ୍ର ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟିଂ ହେଇଛି ତାପରେ ମୁଁ ଏଠି ଆସିଲି ତାପରେ ଆସିକି ଆମେ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ନେଲୁ ଆମେ 32 ଜଣ ମା ଏଠି ରହୁଛୁ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ନେଉଥିଲୁ ଟ୍ରେନିଂ ନେଲା ପରେ ତାପରେ ଆମକୁ ଏଠି ଶିଖେଇଲେ ସବୁ କେମିତି କପଡ଼ା କଟିଂ କରାଯିବ କେମିତି ୱାଇନିଂ କରାଯିବ ସବୁ ଶିଖେଇଲେ ତାପରେ ଆମେ ଏଠି ଆସିକି ସିଲେଇ କରୁଛୁ
स्कूल यूनिफॉर्म अंगनवाड़ी यूनिफॉर्म कॉलेज यूनिफॉर्म रोड ड्रेस भी आम सिलाई करुछु और तापर आयरन कर पैकिंग करी तापर बाहर को पठाउछु
Women member, where we are able to see a member of the SHG earning somewhere between 7,000 to up to 15,000 rupees a month, which is a significant addition to the disposable income of the household. Different activities like paper plate making, agarbatti making, bakery activities, millet processing, and different other innovative agricultural practices are also being taken up as a part of this initiative.
ମୋ ନାଁ ହେଉଛି ସନ୍ତୋଷୀ ହରିଜନ ଆମେ ହଳଦୀ ରୁମରେ 10 ଜଣ ମା କାମ କରୁଛୁ ଆଗରେ ହାତରେ ହଳଦୀ କରୁଥିଲୁ କୁଟିକିନା ବଜାର ହାଟରେ ବିକୁଥିଲୁ ଏବେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆମକୁ ଜିଲ୍ଲା ପ୍ରଶାସନରୁ ମେସିନ୍ ମିଳିଥିବାରୁ ଆମେ ମେସିନ୍ରେ ହଳଦୀ ରୁମ କରିକିନା 2 ପଇସା ଲାଭବାନ ଅଧିକ କରୁଛୁ
ଆମେ ପେପର ପ୍ଲେଟ୍ରେ କାମ କରୁଛୁ ଜିଲ୍ଲା ପ୍ରଶାସନ ଦ୍ୱାରା ଆମକୁ ଏହି ମେସିନ୍ ଯାକ ମିଳିଛି ଏହି ମେସିନ୍ ମିଳିବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ଆମେ ବହୁତ ଉପକାର ପାଉଛୁ ଆଗରୁ ଆମେ ଶିଆଳି ପତ୍ର ଖଲି ତିଆରି କରୁଥିଲୁ ବେଶୀ ସମୟ ମଧ୍ୟରେ କମ୍ ଖଲି ଉତ୍ପାଦନ କରୁଥିଲୁ ଏବେ ମେସିନ୍ ମିଳିବା ଦ୍ୱାରା ବହୁତ ଖଲି ଶୀଘ୍ର ସମୟରେ କରିପାରୁଛୁ ଏବଂ ଲାଭବାନ ବି ହେଇପାରୁଛୁ
ମେସିନ୍ ବସିଲାରୁ ଏସ୍ଏଚ୍ଜି ମା ମାନ କଥା ହେଇକି ଆମେ ମିଲେଟ୍ ମେସିନ୍ ଆଇଲାରୁ ସେଠି କାମ ଆମ ପାଇଁ ହେଲା କାମ କରିବାକୁ ଆଇଲିନି ମାଣ୍ଡିଆ ଧୁଆ ହେଲାଣି ମାଣ୍ଡିଆ ଧୋଇଲା ପରେ ଡ୍ରମ୍ରେ ଗୋଟେ ଦିନ ରଖା ହେଲାନି ତାପରେ ବାସ୍ତାରେ ପକା ହେଇକରି ଗୋଟେ ଦିନ ରହିଲେ ଗଜା ହେଲାଣି ଗଜା ହେଲା ପରେ ବାହାର କରି ଆମେ ଜରିରେ ଶୁକାଇଲୁନି ଖରାରେ ଶୁକାଇଲା ପରେ ଭଜା ହେଲାନି ଭଜା ହେଲା ପରେ ରୋଷ୍ଟିଂ ପରେ ପଲସିଂ ହେଲାନି ପଲସିଂ ପରେ ତାକୁ ରାବା ଗୁଣ୍ଡ ହେଲାଣି ଗୁଣ୍ଡ ହେଲା ପରେ ଆମେ ଆଣିକରି ଉପମା ଖିଚଡ଼ି ତାକୁ ଆମେ ବନାଇକି ରଖୁଛୁ ସୁଇଟ୍ ମିଲ୍ ଗୁଣ୍ଡ ବି ସେଠି ଆକା ବାହାରୁଛି ରାବାରେ ହେଲା ପରେ ସେଠି ରଖା ହେଉଛି
এই জায়গায় हमको एतकी सुविधा करिथिबारु धन्यवाद दउछि जिला प्रशासन को और सरकार को
Thank you so much. This particular initiative was one of the finalists in the previous year's PM Awards for Excellence under the District Innovation category. The idea here was to convert unused government buildings, especially in Koraput, being an erstwhile LW district, we had good number of CAPF COBs, which were vacated by the CAPFs. So these spaces were very well maintained. So once they vacated, they were located right at the heart of every village. So these spaces were converted into such small industrial parks. And we have also taken help of central government organizations like ICRISAT, who have helped us in setting up the millet processing unit, and other central government organizations who helped us in creating these trendy packaging solutions, etc. So this initiative has helped improve the household income by at least 7,000 to 10,000 rupees a month, depending on the products that they sell. And these products, they go through a series of quality control measures, and they're also being marketed in Bhubaneswar in our Mission Shakti Bazaar and in other places like our airports and bus stands. Next slide, please. So this is the millet processing unit that we saw in the video. Next slide. So these are the array of activities that happens in the industrial parks, starting from turmeric processing, poultry units, sericulture. We have a small shopping mall across various blocks in the district, apparel manufacturing and fly ash bricks. Next. Footwear manufacturing, beekeeping, paper plate making, etc. And we also make it a point to ensure a creche facility in all these industrial parks so that the beneficiaries who come there can bring their children, leave them there for daycare, and take them back while they go back to their homes. Next. So these are the other upcoming initiatives that we have taken at the district level. One is Gyandeep, which focuses on improving the class 10 and class 12 performance of children, because Koraput district has not been faring very well in the performance of class 10 and 12. So here we've formulated a strategy of conducting baseline assessments and periodical assessments, and depending on the absorption level of the children, we categorize them into fast and emerging learners, and different strategies are being formulated to improve their academic performance. And Drishti is an overarching scheme which most of you would be finding that interesting. So there is a small video that I would request the team to play.
Drishti is a mobile application developed by the Koraput District Administration with a simple but desirable goal. Application operates through a three-tiered workflow involving the admin, assessor and maintenance, each with a clearly defined roles and responsibilities to ensure efficient monitoring and resolution. A survey is created for Government Primary School, Maliguda. The assessor may be assigned by the admin, or alternatively, the application can auto-assign a school based on the assessor's proximity during field visits. Once an assessor is assigned, they visit the school to evaluate various key parameters such as student strength, toilet infrastructure and other critical facilities.
जिला प्रशासन निर्देश क्रमे मुझे मालीगुड़ार प्राइमरी स्कूल विजिट रे आसी एवं एठी विद्यालय जहाँ मौलिक सुविधा असुविधा अच्छी सेगुड़ी को देखी जहाँ असुविधा अच्छी सेगुड़ी को आमर जो दृष्टि एप्लिकेशन करा जायछि सेथिरे अपलोड करिछि एवं यह माध्यम रे खूब शीघ्र जहाँ असुविधा गुड़ी अच्छी सेगुड़ी को समाधान करा जिया पई ए एप्लिकेशन माध्यम रे व्यवस्था करा जायछि.
Subsequently, the maintenance department takes necessary action based on the issues flagged by the assessor during the survey, such as repairs to toilet infrastructure, campus cleanliness, and other maintenance-related concerns. Once the identified issues are addressed, the department uploads real-time images as evidence of the completed maintenance and repair work. This marks the final stage of workflow, ensuring a transparent and accountable resolution process.
So this initiative was ideated based on feedback that we received from the field, because many a times we go on field visits and we give some instructions to the either to the school or the local BDO or the whoever is concerned, but we do not have any follow-up mechanism rather than, we have our own checklist or we, note it down somewhere to follow up. So this is to institutionalize all these follow-up mechanisms and also to ensure that sufficient number of field visits are conducted by the officers in the district. So all our officers are onboarded on the platform, and once they are on field visit and whenever they feel that they have time for a random visit, the mobile application automatically assigns them the nearby school, Anganwadi or a health facility, whichever is in close proximity to them. And once they reach that particular facility, the app opens up a questionnaire, which is a very basic questionnaire. It asks them whether, in case if it's a health facility, whether the cleanliness is being maintained or not, whether sufficient stock of medicine is available in that facility or not, a predefined set of question and answers. And if there is any infrastructure related requirements, the assessor can highlight on the app, which automatically passes on to the concerned maintenance department. And once the maintenance department completes the repair work, they are supposed to upload the photo of the completed work. So we've created a end-to-end monitoring mechanism which is totally automated, and only the defects or the deficiencies are highlighted based on a timeline to the district administration. So this app is still under piloting, and we are improvising on the aspects of that. So this is another initiative that is coming up in the district. Next slide, please. So these are a few of the awards and recognitions that the district has received in the past year. The National Panchayat Award, we've secured the second spot for being the best Zilla Parishad. And for millet processing and for various activities under millets, we received an award from the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, and the PM Awards for Excellence in Public Administration under the Holistic Development category from Honorable Prime Minister of India. Next slide, please. Thank you so much. That is it from my side. Thank you for your patient listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirti, for the excellent presentation. Now I'll request Shri Manoj Satyavan Mahajan, Collector Sundargarh, to present the good work done in Sundargarh, particularly the good work done on the solid waste management in the district.
Respected Chair, respected senior from Government of India and Government of Odisha, and my colleagues, very good afternoon to all of you. We are going to focus on innovation in the district administration, but I am not going into particularly into the statistics and everything. I will tell the story of our failure and how we get up to this, and which kind of challenges we have faced and how we have tackled this. Next slide, please. So, Sundargarh is the second largest district in Odisha, and it is predominantly a rural district. There are 279 GPs, nearly about 16 lakh population, and out of that 61% population is tribal and 9% population is of a scheduled caste. It is covered by the 42% of a forest. The hilly topography is a challenge, and it is a district in the northwestern side of Odisha, bordering to Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. So there were many challenges, but we are blessed with the district mineral funds and other funds also, and CSR activity. So we could tackle some of the challenges. So one of the major problem we have faced in urban area, there is a very better cleanliness in the Swachh Bharat mission, but however in a rural area, we are facing the problem of a solid waste management. And in solid waste management, particularly the problem of a single-use plastic and other recyclable plastic problem was there. So how to tackle this problem? So we started our mission, and it is not just the achievement of mine, it is achievement of my predecessors. It started from 2021, and now it is in the phase of a final shape. Next slide, please. Next slide. So we are going to focus on 5 major parameters. The one is sanitation, another is sports. Sundargarh is very well known for the hockey. The third is education, fourth health, and fifth is nutrition. So first we will focus on the Swachh Bharat mission, how we have implemented. Next slide, please. So Swachh Bharat 2.0, all of you are knowing what are the major key points are there. The ODF sustainability, behavior changes and capacity building, fecal surge management, liquid waste management, and solid waste management. So we have particularly focused on a solid waste management. Next slide, please. In Swachh Bharat 2, there are different kind of asset we have created, and we have done the capacity building. So first is the individual household level toilet, that is there in the everywhere. But we have created the second asset, the community compost piece, that is everywhere there. The third is a community leach pit. Then the fourth asset, that is the innovation in our district, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, all the asset. Though we can do the segregation of the waste, all the waste, but how to store it? So we have come up with the GP level segregation shed. It is basically, in that shed, we have segregated the waste into 4 to 5 categories. The segregation of waste is a plastic waste, then some kind of rubber waste will be there, then some glass waste, and another is a cardboard related waste. So we are finding these 4 or 5 types of major waste there. So we have segregated there, we have properly segregated, kept there. How we have segregated? We have provided a tricycle through the Swachh Bharat mission. Now we have come up with some customized battery operated vehicle for the woman. So this battery operated vehicle we have funded to the Swachh Bharat mission. And then next is from all GP, we are collecting all this waste segregated in different categories to the block level segregation shed. It is funded to the DMF. It is a big shed. It is also on the same model. There will be the segregation of waste. All waste will be stored there. And then that waste will be sent to the material recovery facility in one of our block, where the big shed will be there. And in that big shed, with the help of UNICEF, we have fit the different types of machine like balers, shredders, all this machine. And this all the waste according to the need of a recycler or industry, we have done it, and then we are selling it to the recycler and industry. So we will go into the details. So this is a funding model. It is not just funded by Swachh Bharat mission. It is funded by Swachh Bharat mission, then some fund from the CFC SSV. Because no one is ready to do the free work. So we have to pay them. So we have come up with this Swachh Bharat mission tied fund is there at a GP level. So through that we are paying the SSG. Then third is the DMF fund. So to create the GP level segregation shed and block level segregation shed, we have funded through DMF. Then that bigger material recovery facility centrally at one of the block, that is funded to Rubber mission. So it is nearly about 1.5 share. Then Swachh Sati payment and nodal unit worker payment, that I already explained. Next. What we have faced, we have started this mission in 2021. So we have taken for 52 DP. But the basic problem was due to the social stigma and other things. The problem was who will collect the waste. We have approached SSG member because we are very blessed, as our director madam and collector Koraput has said. Our SSGs are very active. So we have approached them. Are we able to collect the waste or not? So some of them come forward. Then after we have faced that, they are collecting the waste, but some of the people from our villages or society, they are making comment about that, why you are collecting the waste, you are from this, and all kind of social stigma out there. So for this, it have taken nearly about 1.5 years to train them, mentally train them, building a capacity, then explaining to our all PRI member and the community member, it is actually a good work. It is not all about the dignity. It is all about the work and how we are cleaning the society. That was a major challenge. So in the analysis and planning, it took nearly about 1.5 years. Then infrastructure development is not a big thing for all of us. Here all esteemed members have presented their innovation and everything, but we all are facing the problem of sustainability. Who will continue this innovation after we left our district or our team left the district. So this was all how we are going for sustainability. Then HR management and capacity building. Most of the things are looks very better on the pen and paper, but when we are going for the actual implementation, the first problem came, how you are going to pay us? Because there was an internal arrangement within the SSG. Some of the members are collecting more waste, some of the members are collecting less waste. some of the GP are contributing more, some of the blocks are contributing more. How we are going to pay? Then we have fitted at everywhere the weighing machine. We are keeping in the proper logs and register who has contributed how much, and accordingly we are going to pay. Though it is an incentive-based model. Then next challenge is the community awareness, because most of the time whoever is working in the field, they are knowing that people are not giving the segregated waste, they are mixing it with the liquid waste or some kind of a biodegradable waste. So we have to make multiple round of awareness, and our district is, there are 279 GP, but nearly about 1800 plus hamlets or padas are there. So it was a big task. It had taken a lot of time. Next slide, please. This is our roadmap, how we have progressed, as I earlier explained it. Now we are in the phase of 2025. So in this phase, we are going for a sustainability without getting a fund from any other scheme. How we are going to sustain it, that is our major challenge. Next slide, please. These are some of the prototype of our infrastructure as a GP level segregation shed, block level segregation shed, and the materially recovery facility is there. Next slide. This is the uniqueness of a project. As I earlier explained, it is all about the convergence, participation, then proper monitoring, getting the feedback, and acting on that feedback. Next. This is the implementation model. This is the basic thing. As I have come up with a lot of queries from a different quarter, how you are implementing, that we want to know. So I am explaining in detail. So basically we start the awareness. After that awareness, people starting to give us only solid waste. So in the solid waste, that segregated solid waste we are collecting from the home. Most of the time we are now getting the segregated solid waste from the home. That waste is given to our dry waste recovery facility center. After that, from GP level, we are getting that waste through a vehicle to the block level. There was also a challenge, who will pay for that vehicle transport cost and everything. So initially we have funded through our DMF resources and other, but now we are in a position to get it funded to whatever the waste we have collected. Then we are giving it to our block level center. There, everywhere there is a laser is there and weighing machine is there. Then it is funded on every month. There are 17 blocks in my district. So for each block, there is a fixed day. On the first, this X blocks will supply the material to the district level material recovery facility. That we have fixed it and we are tracking that. And then at a material recovery facility center, with the help of Recycle and UNICEF, we are segregating it properly and making it for proper, as per a specification or norms given by the material recovery vendors and everything. So next slide. This is our waste management chain. Basically, we are showing the photo, how we are collecting from the door to door, then how we are going, the total cycle is explained here. Next slide. But in between, we face the challenge that only maintaining in the solid or hard copies on a ledger, it is not a best thing. There was a lot of objection from PRI member, we are not getting that copies, we are not in track with what is going in our GP. So we come up with an app. In that app, we are maintaining all the ledger thing digitally. So there was some need-based innovation was required. Then second important issue was from the SSG member, as they are using the tricycle. So it was not feasible for them to cover all the villages because all the hamlets are in a scattered way. So recently we come up with a BOE vehicle, that is customized vehicle. The 3-wheeler BOE vehicle is there, that is completely customized with a hydraulic system. Then second problem of PRI member that we have tackled through the digital monitoring. And then now we are going for a next step, how to declare our district a completely single-use plastic ban will be there. So for that we are going. Next thing. These are the detail of our vehicle. as you know, BOE vehicle, there is no need of a license. It is very eco-friendly, and it can go through the small lane of the village also. And it has a capacity of going nearly about 100 kilometers after the one charge. So we have customized this vehicle. Next thing. So key pillars was particularly the SHG involvement. Without them, this couldn't be success. Then involvement from the various stakeholders of a district administration, the 3 collectors over the period of 4 years. Then the predecessor from the Jilla Parishad office, other BDOs and all the field level staff. And the last is the Swachh Sundargarh app. We have recently launched it. Next slide. This is the photographs. Honorable Minister has launched it. The next slide. These are the silent features of the app. What we have done, all the GP profiling will be there. The Sarpanch or Honorable PRI member can see what is going on in their GP, who is the Swachh Sati there, which area is allocated to her, how she is cleaning, how much waste she is collecting, and which kind of benefit from the government of Odisha or government of India she is getting. So all this will be there. Then quantification of waste, who has collected how much waste, and all the vehicle will be GPS enabled vehicle are provided. And Swachh Sati, they have their own login. They can put their own data also, and which benefits means basically we are going for the saturation. We have nearly about 665 Swachh Satis are there. So whether they got a PMAY house, social pension under the various scheme, ration they are getting or not, whether they are getting the benefit from the other scheme of horticulture, agriculture or other line department. So we are going for the saturation mode. And next will be, and we are also following that whether they are getting their salary properly or not. Next. So these are the training program. We have to train them a lot because there have been a lot of problem, and it was like we have, during the implementation of this project, why I told you how we have failed. Because during the implementation of project, once upon a time, there was a situation that Swachh Satis were not getting their salary because of the various issues. So there was a big law and order issue. So there was a question whether we have to continue this project or not. But we have come up with a strategy, and the support of the department, PR department, we could tackle that. And next we have moved it. And that's why I'm telling this is the story of failure and success. Next slide. So this thing we are doing, the health camps we are doing for them. Next, we are providing them a safety kit. Next slide. Next slide. We are doing the pocket awareness. We are targeting our youth through the school and colleges about our initiative of a district, how you can help it. Next slide. Now there is another problem. This is another type of problem. We have created the segregation shed at a block, GP level and everything, but people are complaining sometime during the rainy season it smells, or it should be made outside our village, nearly about 2-3 kilometers away from the village. That was the major concern. So we come up with a beautification strategy now. We are going to plant all the trees and everything. And whatever HNUD department is doing the urban area, we are going to implement that in the rural area also. But whenever we are shifting this segregation shed away from the village, there were a lot of incidents of the theft also. Because now people got to know that from this material we can sell it and we can make money. So that was another hurdle. So we have come up with another strategy. We will fix the CCTV, and that SSG will own up the responsibility. They will put some watch and guard facility. Next. There are the visit from the Honorable Kamal Kishore Son sir, Additional Secretary, and various members are visiting how we have done it. They are suggesting their suggestion also. Next. This is the major contribution of a various type of waste. We are getting the glass waste, because it is very easy to pick. That's why we are getting it more. Then we are getting a more from the plastic waste because people are segregating it. And we are also getting a e-waste. That is another problem statement for us. So we are going for the another solution for that. Next slide. So these are the basic data. Okay, nearly about 647 Swachh Sathis are there. Then till now we have collected 500 metric ton of waste. Out of that we have sold 395 metric ton of waste, and we have earned nearly about 23 lakhs. And we are only operationalized on the only 30% efficiency is there. We can collect now 30% of waste. Imagine if we can collect the 100% of waste, so we can collect nearly about 150 metric ton waste each and every month, and we can.
Manoj, we can wrap it up in 5 minutes.
Yes. So next, we are targeting the sustainable development goals. These are the goals. Next slide. This is our overall plan, how we are going for sustainability. By the end of the December or early start of the 2026, this project will be self-sustainable. We don't need any fund from the Swachh Bharat mission or anything else. Our SHG will earn from that project only. They will get whatever the earning or salary according to their collections. So we are expecting they will get at least 6,000 rupees per month. And if they are collecting more, they can get up to the 10 to 12,000 rupees per month also. Next slide. These are the some story sharing and publication in various magazines and various portals. Next slide. This is the waste to art installation we have done at a various slide, how we are utilizing our waste. Next slide. And this is the way forward. I already talked about it. Next. There are some other kind of innovation. I have talked basically more about the plastic waste, but our district had done the innovation in various sectors. The health sector, so we are providing the additional ambulances from DMF. Nearly about 40 ambulances we could provide, and nearly about 24 lakhs patients, means individual trip they have done over the 5 years. Next, the mobile medical van, as you know, it is there is a lot of padas and hamlets are there. So we have come up with this solution to cover all the population. Next slide. As you know, it is a tribal district and earning of people are low. So we are providing the after death how to shift their body. That services are provided, the MAPRAN services. Next slide. This is patient facilitation service. Whenever they are referred to the tertiary center in the Sambalpur, so we are giving them the patient facilitation center. The out-of-pocket expenditure is reduced. Next slide. We are providing the 4 times ANC through our DMF Matru Jyoti program to tackle the high-risk pregnant women. So through this, we could achieve the good MMR, which is less than our national average and state average also. Next. This is one of the major intervention of a district. We established the advanced rehabilitation center with the robotics equipments and other type of equipment. And each block level, we are having the therapeutic service center. Nearly about 5 lakhs plus session has been done. And nearly about 3,000 children who are considered to be disabled are now going into the normal school through this intervention. Next slide. As you know, it is a district in the last corner of Odisha, so we are facing the problem of doctors and paramedical staff. So through DMF we have provided. Next slide. Next slide. We believe on this. If you are not getting a grievance, then your program is not going smoothly. So we have established a 24/7 toll-free helpline number, and through that we are getting the all type of grievance in the district. Next slide. These are the healthcare impact over the 4 years. Next slide. The education, basically I will just sum up. In education, we are providing the free textbook to all the children of 9th and 10th standard, those who are not getting the free textbook from the state government scheme. Next. The scholarship, we are providing the scholarship of a brightest student from A1 category. We are providing, if they are secure the A1 score, they will get the 40,000 from the administration for their further education. Next. Midday meal. The midday meal is up to the 8th standard, but we are facing the particular problem, the dropout at the 9th standard. So we started the 9th and 10th standard midday meal program. And after launch of this program, the Honorable CM has promised this program will be launched for the whole state, and now it is going for the whole state. Next. As the Koraput district, like the Koraput district, the Sundargarh district is having also a ragi surplus. So we are providing the ragi laddus to the children so that they will get the nutrition and everything. Next. Upgradation of school and everything. I will like to call you. Please visit our district and you can see all this innovation. Due to sparsity of time, I am stopping here. Thank you all of you. And thank you the Government of India and Government of Odisha to giving me this opportunity to present myself here. And my PPT is here. You can contact me if you want to implement this Swachh Bharat mission, plastic waste management in your district. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, Manoj, for the excellent presentation. So I thank all the 4 speakers. You want to have a demo, Dr. Raut? No, it's already lit. Take. So I thank all the 4 speakers. It was a very engaging and constructive session. So all of your presentations were very good, and I think we got to learn so much about the good work that is being done in the state. So thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, panel. May I request esteemed Director DRPG Shri Anand to please join us on stage, Shri Rohit Anand, and present small tokens of love to the chairperson and all the speakers. So that's the innovation Odisha has presented to the nation that is being appreciated nationwide, and all these districts are definitely shining as the brightest examples, and Shubhadra is a scheme that has been appreciated by all the states to give women the independence they deserve. So thank you very much, panelists, for sharing your success stories. And thank you so much, Chairperson Shri Bharadwaj, for adding your expertise, thoughts and comments. It's been yet another thought-provoking day so far, with back-to-back sessions, which had been quite captivating. Stories that will go a long way in reminding the nation how hard district administration, governments have been working to make people be benefited, to make the development reach to beneficiaries. We are ending the 2-day national conference today, but the stories will stay and keep inspiring. Thank you so much, session, and thank you, Mr. Anand, for doing the honor. But before that, we have an absolutely inspiring video on Prime Minister's award-winning Good Governance Practices Initiatives for the year 2023. Can we have the AV, please?
बदल गए हैं हम, आसान है अब खुश रहना, कुछ नया कर पाना। इसलिए भरोसा है कि तुम जब पैदा होगे और तब तुम्हारे साथ जो देश जवान होगा वही विकसित भारत होगा।
पंख से अपने कहे मन की चिड़िया, नया है ये अंबर, नई है ये दुनिया।
विकसित भारत के संकल्प से आज भारत के 140 करोड़ लोग जुड़ गए, वो खुद इसे ड्राइव कर रहे हैं। ये जन भागीदारी का अभियान ही नहीं बल्कि भारत के आत्मविश्वास का आंदोलन भी बन चुका है।
विकसित भारत की परिभाषा के जो दो पहले शब्द हैं वो है समग्र विकास, होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट, और इसके प्रमाण हैं देश के ये 10 विजेता जिले।
नया ये सवेरा जहां तुम ले आए, नए ये सितारे जो तुमने सजाए, नए शाखों पे है सपनों का खिलना। पंख से अपने कहे मन की चिड़िया, नया है ये अंबर, नई है ये दुनिया।
विकसित भारत की ओर तेजी से बढ़ रहे इन जिलों में रहने वालों की सोच में आज ऊंचाई भी है और उड़ान भी। इनके हर संकल्प का अब सम्मान भी है।
-31 होने के बावजूद भी हमारे घरों में पानी चल रहा है, हम बहुत खुश हैं।
उज्ज्वला गैस योजना महिलाओं की सेहत के लिए किसी वरदान से कम नहीं है।
हमें जो मिड डे मील मिलता है वो बहुत ही टेस्टी होता है और हर दिन अलग अलग खाने मिलते हैं।
नया है ये मंजर, नई है ये राहें।
जब माँ स्वस्थ, बच्चा स्वस्थ तो देश आगे बढ़ेगा।
जब मैं 4 माह की गर्भवती थी तो मेरा गोद भराई किया गया, उसमें जो है मुझे पोषण किट दिया गया, इससे मैं बहुत ही खुश हूँ।
मंजिलों पे, नई मंजिलों पे, नई है निगाहें, नई है निगाहें।
किसी भी व्यक्ति के लिए अपना घर होना एक बहुत बड़ा सपना होता है और आज मेरा सपना साकार हुआ।
मैं गोल्डन कार्ड का शुक्रगुजार हूँ। मेरा ऑपरेशन पूरा फ्री हुआ है, दवाइयाँ भी फ्री मिलती हैं।
मुझे विश्वकर्मा योजना के अंदर ट्रेनिंग मिली और फिर किट मिली, मैंने अपना काम शुरू किया है।
ऐसा लगता है कि मेरे पास पूंजी का कोई कमी अब नहीं है रहा, क्योंकि मेरे पास किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड है।
प्रधानमंत्री मुद्रा योजना द्वारा अब हम छोटे व्यापारी भी बड़े सपने देख सकते हैं।
इनोवेशन विकसित भारत की यात्रा को एक नई गति देता है, समस्या के समाधान को नया आयाम देता है, और इसी सच के साक्षी हैं हमारे ये विजेता।
पीएम स्वनिधि की तरफ से जो लोन मिला, हम लोग को जैसे लगा कि कोई प्यासे को पानी मिल गया, उस तरीके से हम लोग को जान आ गया।
कभी नहीं सोचा था बिना कार्ड और बिना पिन के पैसे निकाले जा सकते हैं, पर ये फेस ऑथेंटिकेशन की वजह से मुमकिन हो पाया।
आप सिर्फ रजिस्ट्री कराएं और साइबर तहसील से आपका सीधा पूरा काम हो जाता है।
अब हम लोगों को सूर्य देवता की सहायता से जो है हमारे गांव में पानी बराबर उपलब्ध हो जाता है।
अब हमें डैम से पूरे 12 महीने पानी मिलता है, जिससे सब्जियों की फसल काफी अच्छी होती है।
रिजमेटैन हमारे जिले के बच्चों के लिए जीवन दान है।
भारत विकसित हमसे ही होगा, इस सच को जब हम ठान लेंगे। यकीन करो, तब दुनिया भी भारत विकसित है ये मान लेगी।
नया एक सवेरा जहां वो ले आए, नए ये सितारे जो तुमने सजाए, नई इन चादरों पे है सपनों का खिलना। पंख से अपने कहे मन की चिड़िया, नया है ये अंबर, नई है ये दुनिया।
This video definitely is the representation of unspoken emotions of millions of people, their love and gratitude for Government of India for giving them a better life. And thank you, all of you, for making it possible. And with that happy note, may I request Shri Yadav to please deliver the opening remarks.
Respected Shri Surendra Kumar Ji, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha, my batchmate and colleague, NVS Rajput Ji, and distinguished senior officers from the state government. Also on the dais, we have Shri Vineet Bhardwaj Ji, Additional Secretary of Government of Odisha, and my colleague Shri Tushava Shinde Ji. Delegates, speakers, awardees, and all of you who are present here, I believe you all will agree with me that we had 2 days of very fascinating discussions and a lot of wonderful initiatives were presented before us. This is the time when things starts to get a bit nostalgic, because yesterday around this point of time, the program was being inaugurated by very senior ministers of Government of India and State Chief Minister, sir. And now we are in this last valedictory session when we are almost about to wind up the whole discussions. If you recall yesterday, Shri Jitendra Singh Ji, Honorable Minister of State of Personal and Pensions, discussed about the paradigm in which DRPG is starting and working on the public-centric interventions like CP Gram, Swachhta campaigns, the benefits to the retirees through digital interventions, and how to take the public service deliveries exactly to the citizens. The focus is on the taking the citizens service to the citizens and how to make the entire process user-friendly, citizen-friendly, customer-friendly, and which is where the role and interventions of all of you are very important. We also heard the State Chief Minister, Shri Mohan Charan Manji sir, and he also focused on almost the same ideas, the way state government is making and the whole process is comfortable and convenient to the citizens, how the state government interventions in public service delivery are touching the lives of the state citizens of the Odisha. And today we heard some 4 very important interventions of the state government, including Subhadra, Oswas, and 2 of the district interventions. In this 2 days conference, we had a very good participation. Almost 100 officials from the various states and union territories of India participated. Almost 150 to 200 officers from the state of Odisha also participated. We had some excellent presentations. 16 awardees from 2024 and 2023 deliberated and showcased their projects, interventions, innovations. And we similarly had 5 interventions from the state government of Odisha. We got to hear the words of Shri V. Srinivas, our secretary in DRPG. Sir has been heading this department, and he has been one of the key architects of the vision which we are all walking today in the field of whether it is CP grams or administrative reforms through Government of India and public grievance and other similar initiatives of this department. Having said that, we all agree that the way the projects were presented, some of us at some point of time must have felt that this is something superlative, this is something amazing, and this officer deserves a lot of credit. And this work ultimately is a collective work of all of you, and you are the leaders at your respective positions, at your respective states, your chair. So, which is where I would again reiterate that coming to this conference is a golden opportunity, and we organize such conferences almost 2 to 3 times in a year. But what is more important is the message we take away with us. I am sure that at least 2 to 3 points you must have thought that, okay, this is something which I could have also done, or I may do, I may replicate. So this is where I would urge you all that please think about it, what we can do to the overall vision of the state and the national leadership, how we can take the messages forward. And coming back to the projects, like where your role comes into the picture is, we heard about the Rajkot example of how the solar energy has been taken to the next level. So incidentally, I have heard the speaker earlier also, the district magistrate had once made a presentation in one of our webinars, and then he had said that the amount of production which is happening at the household level, so the citizens now have become producers, consumers, prosumers. The Rajkot district alone produces sufficient power which is more than the combined power generation of 2 states. So maybe the states are smaller, they are in northeast, or population is very less, but still for a district to create so much of power is something which is inspiring. Now, this is one thing with one idea which all of us could have wondered that why can't we replicate in our districts. Ultimately, solar power is available to all the districts of India. Now, which is where I am not saying that it is very easy to replicate or to copy ideas, but which is where your role comes into the picture. See, there is an issue of forward linkages, backward linkages, how to get those vendors who have maybe set up their industries and plants in one part of the country, and how to convince them to be there in your areas, because it will not be so profitable for 1 or 2 orders for them to come to your place. But how to get those minimum footmarks and how to ensure that after installation the service delivery is there, how the maintenance is there. So whichever project you are thinking, it is very essential that we create very good ideas, but we also have to ensure the sustainability of the project, the longevity of the project, and making the project citizen friendly in the end. So if I were in your place, or maybe handling in a district level, I would be wondering whether who are the people who will come to help and do the repair works once the let's say the solar panel is installed. Who will be the people who should be trained, so that next time we don't have to call someone from a different state or a different district. This is the process, and whether these names and numbers could be incorporated in the district website. We all are handling these small assets, and we are responsible for their maintenance, but there is a lot which we can do and where we can contribute. So going ahead, I am sure you must have also thought and got similar ideas. They must have flashed in your mind when we are attending this conference. And I am thankful to the government of Odisha, sir. You gave us this opportunity, especially Surendra Kumar sir has been working with us untiringly for last 1 month or so. And overall, from our perspective, sir, it has been a tremendously successful conference. The participation was impeccable, the arrangements were perfect, and the way all our participants I have been talking to, they have been all appreciative of the contribution and the role of Odisha government and your leadership, sir. So big thanks from all of us, sir. We have really appreciated your hospitality. The city of Bhubaneswar, I am again repeating, there's so much of heritage to this city, Lingaraja temple, Rajarani temple, and then with a blend of so much of modernity and so much of growth, so much of technology and so much of development. I am amazed that we are in this position, and we saw so much happening in absolutely impeccable infrastructure here. So this is something which we all take with us, and I'm sure that we will get further opportunities to work along with the government of Odisha in the days to come. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will just add, and especially because as we all heard that follow-up with the conference, the state government is also organizing a visit to the holy city of Puri. So overall, the whole event has been organized in an absolutely perfect manner, sir. Thank you so much for that. Now, one more small point that we all got this opportunity to hear our awardees of last 2 years. But let me also add that the PMA scheme for 2025 has already been launched by the Department of Administrative Reforms on our portal. So this year we have launched it slightly earlier than the previous year because we want all of you to please go through the scheme, try to appreciate, and we have provided a lot of further inputs, the whole evaluation process, the criteria which are there. We want actually all of you to think on those lines, that whether it is the Har Ghar Jal scheme, the issue of laying the pipeline is a very small component of the scheme. That is where the contractors come into picture. But making the scheme successful is a lot of human intervention, a lot of administrative intervention, the training of the staff, the water quality testing, whether the taps are functional or not. So all those points we want you to look into, and we want all of you to have that time. So if something is missing, you can still contribute. So PM award scheme is driven at the level of the PMO, I can say, and which is where we get so many inputs from there, and which is where we also want that you should also be up to the mark in meeting the aspirations of not only your state governments, but ultimately the people of India. We all work for them. So thank you. I appreciate your contribution. All of you were wonderful for last 2 days, and all the delegates who have been patiently listening to the sessions, 5 session chairs, they made their valuable contributions. I hope with all this passion, commitment, and your vision, we will be able to meet the target of Viksit Bharat at the by or maybe before 2047, and your all leadership will be instrumental in that, along with the national and state leadership. Thank you all. Thank you all again, once again, for your time, and wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shri Yadav, for those thoughtful suggestions and for all the good words about the host team and our city. That means a lot. May I now request esteemed ACA Shri Surendra Kumar to share his thoughts with the House. Sir.
Thank you. Let me tell you at the very outset that I do not wish to stand between you and your lunch. I know it's 1:30 now, and the kind of rapt attention that was given by the audience to Mr. Yadav can happen only in 2 cases or 2 scenarios. One is that the speech was a very, very captivating and very good to hear, or the second option could be that everybody has switched off their minds because they have had enough, right? I would go by the second one, but then since I have been asked to speak, I think it will not be appropriate for me to just pass it on. So please bear with me for a very short time. I will not be very long, but my apologies at the very beginning that I'll be taking some of your time. Friends, in the last 3 sessions, we have navigated the country, the length and breadth of it, starting from Kupwara to Tripura, districts in Tripura, Rajkot, Kerala. I think we've covered all the 4 corners and in between also of the country, where awardees of the Prime Minister's Award, officers from different states have participated and made their presentations of the good work that they have done in their respective districts and different divergent fields. I mean, I was really impressed by the diverse nature of achievements and sectors in which people have been working. Rajkot was in renewable energy. Assam, I think they call it Siksha Setu, a home or a home, right? Somebody was doing, like Manoj, he was into Swachha Abhiyan on management of waste. So different officers have presented different subjects, areas in which they have excelled and achieved success. I think it is necessary and very, very appropriate to congratulate each one of you for having achieved this. But having said that, what is important is that, we meet for 2 days, maybe 5 times a year, 10 times a year, 12 times a year. So it is effectively 24 days in a year. But we have 365. So what is important is that there is a very urgent and important need for replication of these entire gamut of efforts that have been made in different districts, in different areas, in different fields. We all gather here as practitioners of administration, working in the government, and we all are well aware that what is the core or essence of the entire exercise that we do here today. There are certain very basic points that need to be kept in mind, and I'm sure that every single officer can succeed if you put these things into your mind. Transparency, accountability, citizen-centric, these are not jargons. When I have navigated my career for the last 32 years, probably 25 years ago, I would have felt as if these are jargons which people keep using. No, it is not so. There are small differences, small interventions which make huge differences in the lives of people. And whichever sector, it is not about a poor person staying in a jhuggi or a slum area. You and I deal with different categories of service seekers with us. Somebody may have constructed houses for poor people. Somebody is working for education sector. Somebody is doing for cleanliness. Somebody is doing for pustakalayas. I dealt for the transporters. I was transport commissioner way back in 2010, if I'm not wrong, 10 to 13. I'll just give you one anecdote. How a small intervention could change or bring about a big change, and what was required was the understanding of the problem. One day, in transport department, as transport commissioner, I used to see people coming every day. First half was only meeting the visitors who had come with grievances, and every person, irrespective of anybody coming, 99.9% of the grievances were that, साहब, मैंने वो परमिट के लिए अप्लाई किया है, वो बस का परमिट के लिए, और मैंने अप्लाई किया और आज 2 महीने हो गए, 2.5 महीने हो गए और मुझे परमिट नहीं मिल रहा है. सो टिपिकल दैट परमिट लाइसेंस सिस्टम, कि हमारे तो भाई साहब बाबू लोग जो हैं वो छोड़ेंगे नहीं फाइल को जब तक आप नहीं मिलोगे. क्या किया जाए? तो उसका कोई समाधान मेरे पास नहीं था. I did not have. So one day what happened, very interesting thing I'll tell you, probably it can make a difference. One day, one person, bus operator, came and submitted an application for surrender of permit, that he doesn't want to operate bus on that particular route. It was from Bhubaneswar to Mayurbhanj, which is supposed to be a very, very good and remunerative bus route. I said, fair enough. If somebody wants to surrender, so be it, no problem. Surrender, चलो. वो डाक में आता है, दस्तखत मार दिया, भेज दिया सेक्शन में. 12-1 बजे डाक एक और आती है कि साहब मुझे भुवनेश्वर बरीपदा सेक्शन में एक परमिट चाहिए. तो मैंने कहा बढ़िया है, आप भी ले लो भाई, चलो कोई बात नहीं है. So I was impressed by the speed at which my office was functioning. Anyway, this was only a general grievance and person had given an application. What hit me was that around 4:35 in the evening, just before I was, winding off, 5:30 probably, because the office is in Cuttack. So before I was winding off, a file came to me. And lo behold, what I saw, the efficiency of my office. Around 10:30 somebody surrenders the permit. By 12:30 somebody applies for the permit. And by 4:30 the file reaches कि इसका surrender accept कर लो और इसको दे दो. मैंने कहा इतनी efficiency कैसे हो गई कि 4 घंटे के अंदर फाइल आ गई. ये तो कुछ गड़बड़ है, इसमें जरूर कुछ गड़बड़ है. तो फिर I had one person whom I could depend on. He was my law officer. I called him कि भैया ये बताओ ये गेम क्या है. तो हंसने लगा बेचारा चुपचाप. Then he told me कि sir, you don't know, this A4 size paper of permit that you will grant is worth 25 lakh rupees. And let me tell you, I was out of my mind कि एक A4 size paper जो 1.5 रुपए का आता है, 1 रुपए का आता है, उसका दाम 25 लाख है. और उसने बोला कि sir, with this money, the person who is surrendering will add another 5 lakh and buy a new bus. Mind it, new bus. So this is what was happening around me. Now coming to the action part, I normally don't do files. It's my history. I never do files post 4:35 because mind is not fresh. You will be in hurry to dispose of and wrong decisions taken. Next morning I came back and I passed the orders that this surrender is accepted, but so far as the grant of permit is concerned, shall be done only by way of public auction. Which is what the Supreme Court also tells, that any asset of the government must be disposed of by way of public auction. So lo behold, all the advocates, the learned advocates of Cuttack High Court, who actually appeared in my courts, came and said, sir, ye contempt hai, because this matter has already been adjudicated by the Honorable High Court, and this is basically going to be a contempt of the court, so be ready for the consequences. I said, fair enough, if that is what is my destiny, I'll go and stand there. The only good thing that I had done was, in my notes, I had written that in the interest of fair play, transparency, and in accordance with the provisions of Constitution contained in Article 14, equal opportunity has to be given to everybody. And therefore, let this be notified, let the best person win. And we had developed a template how the marking will be done. The matter went to the court, contempt was filed against me, and the honorable judge had little options and said, what is your problem? Go and participate. Because after you write Article 14 of the Constitution, nobody on this earth can change that. Right? So how we do things, and today, my chief secretary was my successor there. My present chief secretary was my successor as transport commissioner. And this system has been institutionalized. Second thing, every 45 days a person had to get permit. And getting one permit means a person would be spending huge amount of money. My office was never granting any permit more than 45 days. Supreme Court had said, grant of temporary permit is an exception and permanent permit is the order. But my office was doing 45 days. Why? Because every 45 days, the bus owner will come to the office, grease the palms, and then get the permit. So if it is done for 5 years, he would come once in 5 years. So every 45 days means my meter is down, the money will keep coming to me. When I realized this, I talked to some of the bus owners. They said, sir, क्या बोले sir, हम लोग परेशान हैं. तो पहला काम हमने किया, 6 महीने में जिनकी गाड़ियां चली हैं, उनको 5 साल का दे दो. Next I went to 1 year, then 2 years and 5 years. I did not have a single visitor to my office. I mean, I've experienced it. You know, up to 1 o'clock, 1:30, I would be meeting people. I was irritated. I'm not a person who likes to meet too many people. But there was little option for me. And let me tell you, within 6 to 8 months or maybe a year, it took me 1 year to understand the entire nuances. But after that, nobody was coming. Nobody had to come to my office. They will sit there in their house, make the application, and they get permit for 5 years. So if they at all they have to come to my office, it will be only after 5 years. So in one stroke of pen, you have reduced the level of corruption from one every 45 days to one time every 5 years. Imagine the relief that you are given. So what I am trying to say is that now they are not downtrodden people. The bus operators who can afford to have 10 buses are not poor or downtrodden. It is not about that. It is about process re-engineering that we have been talking about. The entire purpose of this meeting is that it is not a particular area that we are working. Today you are collectors. Tomorrow you will be in the higher positions of director. Maybe industry, maybe textiles, maybe some other sector, transport, women and child development. So you have to think through the problem, find a solution, and ensure that it is institutionalized. It is not that island of excellence which you have done and then that is the end of it. When my chief secretary went after me as my successor in transport department, he took it to a next level. He said the permit will be given to your house. You don't have to come even to collect the permit. So he went step ahead. So he built upon what I had left. And that is the beauty of our administration, that whatever we do, there should be a synergy in this and a purpose for doing these things. So friends, and yesterday, my last word, because I think I've already taken too much of time, last word. Yesterday I had made a point. I don't know how many of you could actually catch it. I said that it is very important to know the fundamentals of administration before you graduate to the good governance. And why I tell you this is that, suppose you want to be a Formula 1 racer. Can you run a McLaren or a Ferrari without knowing how to drive? No way. You have to first master an ordinary vehicle to be a Formula 1 racer. Similarly, in any trade, whether it is governance, whether it is marketing or running a business, everywhere you have to start from scratch and understand the basics. Unfortunately, in our bureaucratic system, I don't find fault, but I would like to stress this particular point, that we have this zeal to show कि यार मैंने कुछ अलग कर दिया, बहुत अच्छी बात है, करिए, बिल्कुल कोई मना नहीं करता है, लेकिन आपको ये याद रखना पड़ेगा कि जब आप किसी तहसील में जाते हो, कोई आदमी तहसील में जा करके, जिसको आप लोग पटवारी कहते हो, वहां पे when a person goes for a mutation, a demarcation, a caste certificate, a solvency certificate, name the thing, or a sub-registrar office for a registration of a deed, the kind of harassment that he faces is, the whole world knows it. In fact, I'd ask each one of you, just raise your hands, how many of you would be happy to visit a police station? Should I put the question in a different manner? How many of you are not interested in visiting or not confident of visiting a police station? Why? See, because, and it's not about police, it's about us. See, because I could have asked this question for Patwari also, or Tahsildar also. Who wants to visit there? Nobody. Sub-registrar office, last place to visit. Why? Because we have this my baap thing. We have this paternal relationship with people. You go to any of the US or European countries, there the administrator, the governance person calls the people as sir. Sir, don't do this. Sir, even the policeman will address you as sir, because there citizens are supreme. Unfortunately, in our democracy, we are the babus, we are the great people, and we tell कि अरे तुम कहाँ बैठे हो, चलो यहाँ से जाओ. तो ये एक सोच में बदलाव लाना पड़ेगा. You have to change your thinking. They are citizens when they come. And let me tell you, each one of you will retire, each one of us will retire. Imagine going to a development authority for getting your building plan approval. Try it. There are many things in this country which need attention. And the young minds who are here, I'd request you to kindly think through the entire process and find out what are the ways whereby can you break this stranglehold in the day-to-day life of citizens and administration. Last but not the least, as I talk to you, I am doing a deep research on artificial intelligence on a particular subject. As I speak to you, because when I carried my mobile, it was with purpose. Because I am doing the research right now on mine and mineral, because I am also the secretary, minerals, steel and mines. Right? So it is now time that all of you in this room, there was a time probably 30 years ago when we were probationers. At that time, the academy had this computer labs, and it was mandatory that you have to attend computer classes, pass in it, all those things. Today, I think, by and large, 99.9% people know computers. But so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, I was telling Mr. Yadav that the government should come up with proper training programs in IGOT and otherwise also for training people in artificial intelligence. Let me tell you, it is very, very serious that if you don't hone up your skills in this sector, there is every likelihood that most of us will be left behind in this race. I don't want anybody to join the race, but competence speaks. If you are competent, your boss will not leave you. If you have the competence, you can deliver things. And I don't depend on the assistance of others. Ask my officers who are sitting here, whether from mines department or other department, because you have to be self-sufficient. And artificial intelligence gives you that. And the vistas are unbound. I mean, you can't imagine what all benefits it can give to you. You can prepare parawise comments, you can do deep research, you can do anything. For example, right now I have asked the artificial intelligence, and I use different ones like Perplexity, I use Gemini, I use Grok, 3, 4, and you give the same command to all of them, asking, how can I improve the availability of minor minerals and at affordable prices in my state? And I told them, please do a research, go through my Odisha minor mineral rules, what are the changes that are required, and I told him that you can make even radical suggestions which may require a deletion of certain clauses. And he has given me a beautiful document I am to go and read while traveling on the road. Right? So this is what it does. It's a 20-page document, and it's a very good document. And there are 4 AIs that I've used. So effectively what you are doing is, you are capturing data from different sources and then ultimately collating, analyzing, and taking an informed decision. So please get used to it. Use of technology, analytics, and these kind of things will put you in good stead. I mean, recently, Government of India wanted to auction mines, more mines. I said, my prices are not good. My production is 20% down. That means the market sentiment is poor. And why should I auction the mines? So you are taking a reasoned decision, not uninformed decision, and that puts you in good stead. And ultimately, when we talk of good governance, informed decisions, use of technology, transparency, accountability, citizen-centric, all these things make sense when you actually converge each of these to achieve your goals. Friends, I've taken a lot of time. I promised that I'll not take much, but unfortunately I've done that. That is why I always come with a typed speech, which is very, very regimented, and I would not lose my directions. But then, thank you very much for having come all the way from different parts of the country to Odisha, Bhubaneswar. We've been very happy to host you, and we look forward to host you in future also. Yes, we've got very good infrastructure, and Odisha is proud about it. We are also a very good city, except for the heat and humidity that we have here. Rest, everything is fine. We are very close to the airport. Our roads are very good. And I actually feel proud after having spent 32 years that, when I go to other cities, when I see the roads, I mean, recently I was in Delhi, I said, "Ye to gaon lag raha hai." After having stayed in Bhubaneswar, I just don't, I have my house in Delhi. I don't like it. So that is the beauty of this state, that you fall in love when you come here. And in the last, please try and find time to visit Puri. Pray to Lord Jagannath, whoever is religious, and it will give you good solace. And also, if you get time, please do visit the sea beach, though you may not have very much time, but then enjoy whatever time that has been left. In fact, this last session was my intervention when I was speaking to the Secretary DARPG that, sir, please don't keep the second session. Let people go and enjoy their time, because if somebody is traveling from Kerala or Tamil Nadu or somewhere, he doesn't come here only to listen to people. He also wants to spend some time. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your experiences and ways of work with us. I'm sure everyone here would learn from that. And thank you for reminding us of the bigger goal that we all have to work hard to achieve. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, when DARPG says Government of Odisha is the befitting host, we give ourselves a pat on the shoulder. They have small tokens of love for us, and we would gladly accept it with tons of love and remembrance of their love. They have a special token of gratitude for esteemed Chief Secretary, Shri Manoj Ahuja. He's not present here, so I'll request Shri Puneet Yadav to please present this to Shri Surendra Kumarji on behalf of our esteemed Chief Secretary. This love and acknowledgement truly gives us reasons to look forward to have more such national conferences that Odisha can host in future. Can we have a round of applause for the host team? Trust me, it's been a lot of hard work. So this is a token of love from DARPG family for esteemed Chief Secretary, Shri Manoj Ahuja. We will definitely ensure this reaches his office. The next one is for esteemed ACS, Shri Surendra Kumar. I'll request Shri Yadav to present it. Thank you, sir, for your motivation, guidance, personal intervention in every decision to make this national conference truly special and memorable. Thank you, Shri Yadav, for doing the honor. May I request esteemed Director, Dr. Shinde, to present a token of gratitude to esteemed Principal Secretary, Shri NBS Rajput. Thank you very much, sir, for being present here both days, for guiding us to make this platform insightful and special. I'll request Dr. Shinde to present a token of love and appreciation to Additional Secretary, Director and Nodal Officer for this conference, Shri Vineet Bharadwaj. Thank you so much, sir, for all the hard work and making a team that would deliver the best. And thank you. Can we have a round of applause for DARPG for trusting us, for so much love, for being here and giving us this opportunity to be the host for this national conference. Thank you so much. And may I request esteemed we would love to have a group photograph. And we have tokens of love for esteemed Secretary, esteemed Additional Secretary, and esteemed Director. May I request the host team to please bring the honors onto the stage. And may I request esteemed ACS to present it to Shri Yadav and Dr. Shinde. It's been great honor working with DARPG, and there are a million memories of the 2 days that we would love to cherish and remember always. And I'm sure there are big occasions coming in future. Odisha would love to be the host for any such conference, and we would give our heart and soul to it. Can we have a round of applause for the success of the national conference? Everyone, please give it up. And we would love to have a group photograph of the smiling gentlemen who have made it happen, made it so special. And thank you and cheers to the spirit of bringing everyone together and making this platform memorable. May I request esteemed Director, Dr. Shinde, to please propose the official vote of thanks. Sir.
Very warm good afternoon all. Shri Surendra Kumarji, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha. Shri Puneet Yadavji, Additional Secretary, DRPG. Shri NBS Rajputji, Principal Secretary, Government of Odisha. Shri Vineet Bharadwajji, Director and Additional Secretary, Government of Odisha. All respected Principal Secretaries, esteemed speakers, distinguished dignitaries, all participants, and ladies and gentlemen. As we come to the close of this enlightening and impactful national conference on good governance practices at divine and serene Bhubaneswar city of Odisha, it is my honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. Over the past 2 days, we have participated in insightful discussions, shared forward thinking and ideas, and laid a strong foundation for the future, guided by the innovative models of the governance being practiced across the country. First, I extend my sincere gratitude to Shri Manoj Ahuja ji, Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha, for his support for organizing this great event. I heartily extend my sincere thanks to Secretary of DRPG, Shri Srinivas ji, whose meticulous guidance and coordination has made this grand success. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to Shri Surendra Kumar ji, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Odisha, for his support and coordination and valuable time for organizing this national conference. Sir, आज आपने यहाँ 5 मिनट में जो insightful ideas हमें दी है, that made a lot of difference. हमें ऐसा लग रहा था, we should have given one session for you in this 2 days conference. It would have been the much better impact, and as well as it would have given the better guidance again. I would also sincerely thank our Additional Secretary, DRPG Shri Punit Yadav ji, for his dedicated involvement, invaluable preparation, and generous commitment of time, which played a key role in the seamless, successful organization of this conference. I convey my deepest gratitude to our distinguished speakers and esteemed panelists. Your wealth of knowledge, experience, expertise, and thought-provoking insights have profoundly enriched our collective understanding of good governance, encouraging us all transcend traditional knowledge. Also, I express my sincere appreciation to Government of Odisha for organizing the team, his team, led by the Vinit Bharadwaji, Director and Additional Secretary of Government of Odisha, for his making this conference successful, and his team, including the Shri Malik ji also. Your dedication and teamwork has made this conference as a great success. I also appreciate the DRPG team who has made this great effort. Especially, I would like to mention Shri Santosh Kumar ji, who has done a lot of efforts on this. I also like to mention our director Shri Rohit Anand ji and Shri Pandey ji for their dedicated efforts for this. Finally, I wish to extend my heartfelt appreciation to the media for their invaluable support in amplifying and discussion on this one. Once again, I extend my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you for invaluable contributions, your presence and your steadfast dedication to the cause of good governance. Your commitment has truly made this event a resounding success. Thank you once again. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shinde. They say, मंजिलों के आगे जहां और भी है, ज़मीं और भी है, आसमान और भी है. So let's meet at one more such enlightening platform someday in future. Till then, thank you, namaskar, Jai Hind, Vande Utkal Janani. Please do join us for lunch. Delegates can go to first floor, and all the